Oi, oi. Flat Earth British, Martin Liedtke speaking. Flat thumbs, double flat thumbs with bells on. A happy Flatterday to all. Loving vibes to each and every one of you. The best community, like imaginable, best community on the internet by far. By far. Nothing else comes close. So we're having our traditional Flatterday experience. Lots lined up for you. It's going to be a cool show. It's been a cool week. You're going to have to bear with me. I don't know how long I'm going to last. I feel absolutely battered. I will be honest with you. I feel absolutely battered, drained, in fact. So I'll just do my best and try and get through Flatterday. So I got loads lined up. Got loads of fun and interesting thoughts and mind splats as well, guys. Okay. Now, it's been a crazy week. Okay. It's been a really busy week for me. It's been nothing, absolutely nothing but work. I mean, long, long days. Sure. If you haven't caught my last vlog on the Flat Earth British, what's that? Get some Martin, some uppity LSD red cap goblin. The Holy Grail of the Great Reset, okay, which is out now and you can get it on Amazon. The link's in the descriptions and it's also pinned to the chat feed. Now, it is without a shadow of a doubt, I'm not being swell-edged here, but I'm telling you the truth. This is the biggest red pill available on literature. In literature, it really, really is. There's nothing. Everything else has got a fucking big fat element of control to it, hasn't it? You know, I think I'm as rare as fucking rocking or shit is what I think. So that's a mind splat. That is a big, big red pill. I don't hold back. I mean, I spill the beans on all of it. The whole thing. How this whole stage show has been carried out. This cycle, this ebb and flow of humanity where we look out of the window of the past and all we see is destruction. Because we're brought into this place, farmed, and this place is utterly destroyed every time. Until now, because this has never happened before. Okay. Now, I want to share some thoughts. We always do this at the beginning of the vlog. I'll give you some ideas of what we're going to talk about anyway. We're going to look into Antiquitec. And I've been looking into a church, or more of a temple, actually, they found in Russia. I think it gives clues to possible reactivation of Antiquitec. Now, we're going to do a little sort of chronology and try and find out when this was decommissioned. I've got a distinct inkling when, because it shows up on all of these depictions, you see, when they all start to block up all of the portals and take out the device. So I was wondering, you know, the benefits. Now, this getting this back online, thinking the way of circuit board cities, this place would, like that, change. I know for a fact this place will be utterly unrecognizable from anything you see now. Okay? Now, they're not going to give up. Okay, guys? They're just not. They have lulled everyone into a false sense of security for the time being, while they let them all out to get drunk for the summer and do all of their fucking culture, which is vile, by the way. But I have got, you know, I hear whispers from angels, and I got a really distinct feeling that all of these people who have had the jab and who wear the mask will be fucking dead. Okay, not like fucking 20 years down the road. I mean, this thing's going to fuck you. Now, if you become electromagnetic, for fuck's sake, okay, this thing is a device. This, you've just like, I don't even know whether when they give him the jab, are they dead from that moment? Just fucking horror film, guys. Horror film. Now, what I don't like, guys, what I really, really don't like is walking around in a population where they've all been injected. So not only have they got a supposed pathogen be given to them, and 2 shots and 3 shots and going to go in for every month. And like, what are they? What are these people? The change is like they were fucked up anyway. And now it's just, what? Oh, man. We got to get this fucking done, guys. We got to get the fuck away from them, or they got to go. So we're going to have a few interesting thoughts anyway along the way. But what I want to think about a minute is the awakening. The awakening is definitely happening, guys. There's no doubt about it, because I bump into people that they know, even just bog standard truthers in the street know that there's an awakening happening in this place. Okay. When we're ready, there's going to be a great unveiling. So what I was wondering was, when the awakening actually happens, would it be a mass consciousness event where we all share some sort of similarities to the experience, or would it be a completely individual affair, or maybe a bit of both, somewhere in the middle? Something to think about. We are manifestors. We are ships manifest, and we are ships, and we definitely are mini gods, and we do manifest our realities in this place. And the implications of that, well, just unbelievable, guys. We are only just starting to find out. You imagine what we're going to be. We just broke the fucking system. What? So we're going to think about whether or not we look into fuel a lot, don't we? I think that oil is some sort of ambionic solution, self-replicating, and it's a big scam. But maybe it's a bigger scam going on. And maybe they've been selling us our own shit and selling it to us as petrol and oil. Do you think this is a possibility? Well, have a look. Nothing. It would surprise me. And them selling us back our shit, that would be exactly up their street. Think about it. It was the most prized thing in the Roman world. It was used for tantalization, for leather, etc. They used to come to the house and buy your shit off you in the antique world. And it's been known to be used for fuel, hasn't it? The people used to put shit blocks on fires for heat, etc. But we'll go into a bit of that a bit later. So we're going to think about Antiquitec to begin with, guys. And we're going to be thinking about lots of stuff, pictures and loads of curiosities, etc. No, I've been in a hangout a week or so ago. It's been flying around out there with beags, our stuffed beagle. Okay, and I have that show here. I was going to put it up on the Flat Earth British Think Tank channel later this week. There's a FAB interview. I'll have a think about it. Maybe we'll have a look later and a little taster, because it is a really good interview. Loads of juicy bits, and he's edited all bits of They Live In and all of that. Really cool. Okay. Anyway, so welcome back to the great Celtic Tartarian channel. Now, I thought it's probably been okay to use maybe a month or so. I don't even know. But when I went to check today, it was like, oh, you can use it. It's the copyright is over, because I've been on a copyright for 3 months, but I noticed my last video was 5 months ago. Oh shit, I've gone over. I thought it was July. So it's back. And I hate to see that channel just sat there, that giant resource with maybe 1 million fucking links on 1,000+ videos, an endless resource just sat there. What, 26,500 subscribers, and I just leave it there and I don't do fuck all with it. Does that make sense? Say fuck. So we're gonna have think about the book. When we had a fantastic advert, there's a couple of chicks, they're just absolutely out of this fucking world at making websites and adverts, and they've made a really, really special one. I was like all fuzzy feeling when I saw it. It really, really was. And my website, the Great Flat Earth British Think Tank, is having a makeover. Now, I have tens of thousands of images, juicy images. I tried to upload 6,000 or make a recording. I got about 4,000 on a video that I could show you tonight if I was in a marathon sort of Flat Earth British mood. So what I tried to do is create a RAR file, so send and put a giant free resource of pictures on the Think Tank website when it comes back for you all. because everyone's always on about, I'll buy pictures off you, Matt. Don't want fucking money for the pictures. I want to give all of I've got, my giant resource of information, away to you all and give it all away. It's no point actually just sitting there on hard drives. It needs to be out there because this stuff is just wow. So I failed at 6,000 video upload to WinRAR. I don't know what I did wrong. Maybe it's on my computer, but I can't find it. So we're looking for another way so I can transfer a lot of images to thousands, tens of thousands, 10,000 to start, another 10,000 just sat there waiting, and more. It just goes on. That's how many we got. So that'll be exciting. That'll be really good. And they're all very, very juicy images, free. Okay, we're going to do that on the website. That's been this week as well. The book came out Tuesday on Amazon, and I've been busy on 1,500. That's right, 1,500 comments in the last week, and I have to read every single comment. Tommy Boy, this Tommy Boy, my brother, because I have to know what you're all saying. Your God, there's been some really evil motherfuckers in my comments. Coming at me. Wow. It's weird, isn't it? When you like strike a nerve, it's like they go all scared like a little bitch and start to like, you know, throw the rattle out of their pram. Oh, I don't like it. You hit my Brian. Tough fucking shit, the truth be known. I'm a truth seeker, yo. I'm gonna tell the truth. Mary, wow, where have you been? I hope everything's all right, Mary. In weirdness, not gone away. This is how weird they are, right? Comes up on my phone today. I had that they've had a school closed down in Merthyr Tydfil in South Wales because they had a case of Indian Delta variant. Okay, now Merthyr fucking Tydfil, Abacum fuckum. They've never even seen a black person in Merthyr Tydfil. This is ridiculous that anyone's got fucking bungee fever in Merthyr fucking Tydfil. That was annoying when I read that. I was laughing to myself, thinking, how fucking ridiculous. But they got that on a takeaway. Fucking ridiculous. So they're playing that, though. They're saying it's not going away and it might cause problems. Listen, I posted about all this fucking 5 years ago when I watched the tester with the Ebola. When you had these guys coming out, like, and they're saying, they're dragging them away in the ambulances, and they're saying, this isn't real, man. There's nothing going on. They're just fucking all over us, like the British. Set up 2 hospitals in 6 weeks. I was like, this is a fucking psyop. And I said, what's more, this is a fucking test for something that's coming, is what I said. And that was 5 years ago, guys, when that West African test for this went down, the Ebola. So we got Verdict in the house. Wishing Tony Sachs all the best too. Hippie Shake Teresa. Regina. In fact, I woke up a bit. I was just like absolutely splattered 5 minutes before this and thought, holy shit, I'm not good at doing this. I'm just really tired. Never had sleep last night. The fucking scummy fucking smelly junkies next door were up until 7 o'clock this fucking morning, screaming and fucking shouting and playing the shittest music. I mean, junkies got no taste in music. You do know this, don't you? It's this retard music. Bonnie fucking Tyler. I need a hero. All night. Don't fucking sing it as well. This is torture. Anyway, that's what happens when you live in fucking South Bronx. Press free. That's what I'm trying to get out. One day. Free press 666. Very seldom does any tell truth. Oh, wow, you did it. What's that? Read that. Does any tell the truth? Listen. We're rare. There's not many truther channels left on YouTube. Yeah, they've all bounced to D-Live and everything because, you know, they got to keep, I don't know, their livelihoods going or what have you, and got to keep it all going. I've seen they're going on these Odyssey and this and that and the other. I'm not doing anything that they tell me and follow this crowd. I'm going, crowd coming this way, I'm going fucking that way. Don't do it. I will weather it on you. I got enough channels, 5, to keep me going in case anything happens. When one channel gets taken on, get on another. Then I haven't had time taking it all. I've got on different accounts. Brian, spliffing, my brother. So we're going to get stuck in some juice very shortly. Let me just use you, though, Dick. Bullshitteries. John Smythe. Tripping in a hole in a paper hat for real. I don't know what that means, mate. Tripping while you're looking through a hole in a paper. kaleidoscope in it. You weirdy gun. Jayzana, good to see you. Larry of the Void. So one thing I can say to a comment, though, right, is you never tell a British person anything about Black Sabbath music, okay? Because that's just insulting. So somebody telling me, it's Children of the Grave, not Children of the Sea. It's like, no, that is Children of the Sea. You use the track and pass it to him. It's like, yeah, I bet you feel fucking stupid now, don't you? Fucking right, you do. Tony Sachs, Stan Waxberg, a lot. Elise Rose. Oh, yeah, book reviews were fantastic. The first reviews were so grateful, guys. Yeah, that's what's going to get them fucking Amazon to share that shit up. Yeah, I was selling 1 million copies. Wake every fucking body up. This could do it. This could crack it. Really, really could. It feels like it vibrates in my hand when I got it, guys. So it vibrates. It's like it vibrates with just importance. It's keys to free energy, like in the first book, guys. Free anything, everything we need to start over with the water, magnetizing water, structuring water. It's all, everything's in there. Coupled with what I'm talking about now, Antiquitec. Okay, my fucking color's gone really weird, hasn't it? You sort that right fucking out. Excuse me. Ooh, it's gone blue. Maybe it's because it's getting dark. I think it's because it's getting dark. Don't worry. It's fucking head's gone. Anyway, C Coop, good to see you. Flat thumbs, double flat thumbs to C Coop, bitch. And Jilly, my friend. Hiya, lovely Jilly. How are you, mate? I haven't seen you for a while. I was reviewing comments going back weeks and weeks, and like actually like ones that I forgot from like a month ago, guys. Kimsha, the bad, good to see you. Is your aura? Can you see my aura? I can see my aura. Mac Brown, good to see you, my friend. Tartan McTwisted. I noticed the again on my news feed that they definitely the official narrative is being tweaked because of us. They're like, you know, coming up with different stuff on fucking Google feeds about historical this and that, you know, changing their game plan. Not going, they can't say what we're saying because that just academia would crumble. All of it, from their geology to all of it, the geography, the fucking whole thing is just going to crumble anyway. Let us and Numus, Flat Fam HD, my brother, and Mary Smith's in the house, Brennan, Bumble, B Tuna, Edge to Brennan, you mentalist. What's that say? Keen Linguist is from Ontario in Canada. New clothes have been legal for 2 months now. Yeah, well, I noticed everyone's like gone back to like 1970s fashions in fucking UK. No, really, I went to the park the other day. It was like, fucking hell, everyone's dressed like 1972. It's like, where'd they buy their fucking shoes and their clothes from Peacock's 1972? Honestly, it's fucking weird and uncanny. So, Louise, you're in UK, are you? Louise, truth-seeking lady. Street Truth, 9 out of 10 are zombies. Isn't it weird? And they're horrible. Oh, it's horrible. And all of the brats as well, they're going to be brought up to be little Nazi bastards. There's only going to be 1 or 2 of them that are going to be all right. Think about it. They're all going to be like well control freaks. Yeah, it's fucking spooky. All of it. Can't stand it. That's why, you know, something really got to be fucking done for all of us guys. We're just going to be living in a fucking... You wait. Okay? That was a practice run and you all know it. See how easy it was to make everyone just do what they fucking told. Yeah, when they put their hands in the fire, they would, guys. They'd bend over if they were fucking told, these guys. I'm telling you now. There's no fiber. There's no... They're NCPs, there must be, because they're not doing empathy. They don't care about their fellow man and sister, do they? Because if they did care about the whole and the collective, they would fucking mask up, would they? So annoying to me, guys. I'm sorry. Just... 1972. Why that year? I don't fucking know. It's like that guy I was on a hangout with said pod life, that we were all in pods and we were going to wake up in the year 1972 and all of this was just implanted memories. In fact, are we here? Am I here? You know, this is an illusion and we know it. This is a dream. This ain't even fucking solid, guys. Tell you how solid it is. I was out the front with my son earlier and he was making jewelry and I just pissed around with his Stanley hammer. And the concrete, I just hit it a few times, it turned to dust. Just tapping it. Nothing in this place is without, you know, or subject to the entropy, or being destroyed or turned to dust just with a hammer. Nothing is permanent in this place. Nothing. It can all be atomized by a hammer. Uncanny. But one thing we have learned is we know nothing about nothing. So that's nice. And learning together is really nice, because I dare to be alone with it all. It would be really fucked up. Can you imagine being alone with the information? I think about people like Matt Powell years ago when he was doing comedy for Flat Earth. Now, he was sitting on Flat Earth like 2-3 years before the rest of us got into it, or a couple of years at least. And he must have just been stuck in this, like, it's flat and wanted to tell everybody, yeah, but alone with it until everyone started coming out with it. It's just like, wow, that's some fucked up shit. I know. That must be hard. So, Dankshire as well. Watery. Good to see you, sweetness. We got 682 of you watching. Wonderful. Could you please share this video out? It's all important for truth. Okay, for us all. And we're never alone. No, we're not. We're never, ever alone. I'm feeling this all the more. Just lately, anyway. Oh, my Brian. Okay, so you got your happy hats? I think they're definitely on the cards. I was going to get a collection of happy hats and do one every interval, so I have a different happy hat on. I might do that, actually. So, Alva Billy, much love to you, my friend, my brother in arms. So, yeah, again, like, I really like, not to be all like slushy or anything, but I am definitely feeling like a sense of pride with it all and what we do, because it's so good. You know, it's not fucked up shit with it all. So just fucking good people. I love it. Where am I? Are you at, Psycho Dave? Fucking love it, brother. Lucky to be alive in this car. Well, yeah, you gotta be happy if you just get up in the morning without screaming pain or what have you. People are completely fucked in this place, aren't they? Especially the Mascos. They're all like and overweight. It's just fucked up. All still living on shit. There was a guy in front of me in the queue earlier. It's like all he could be bothered with was 3 fucking bottles of wine that he was going to get on his Gregory Peck tonight. He couldn't even breathe. Thought, yeah, that'll do you a great fucking. You put a mask on, but you go home and drink 3 bottles of wine. You twat. No, I hold them all with equal contempt at this stage, guys. They're going to fucking dead meat, the fucking lot of them. And do you know what? Oh, my heart's fucking breaking. Did what I can, and still doing, and still fight as well. Just wake up the good people who deserve it as much as we can. Yeah? The NCPs who ain't interested are just going to tell us to fuck off. They can fuck off, is what I'm saying. At this stage of the game, it's Armageddon, guys. Whoa, somebody give me a juicy. Is that you again, Memphis? Memphis, you're a fucking lovely person. Love the books. Would love the pics. Yeah, they were a bit expensive for this book, especially when I wanted a juicy fat book, see. So we had to like juggle between fucking loads of images. I tell you what, color images in a book, fucking astronomically expensive. Can afford it. But as a result, we got a big, fat, juicy red pill for them all, guys. Okay. So, well, a good advert, mate. Maddy bastards. Oh, I don't do all of that negativity thing going on, you know, guys. I like to be all like spreading love vibes. Do you like love vibes? Yeah, they're lush, aren't they? And doing that sort of thing. Ugh. It takes a lot for me to get agitated. I don't actually suffer with, like, you know, I'm a not give a fucker, professional master, a kung fu master, not giving a fuckness. So it would take a lot for me to actually, you know, go psychotic. I do snap. It does take a lot. I am Kiros, Monk, Fu, Mike Mudflooder, and Brian Tucker is in the house. Michael De Silvia is here. And Liza, free pressing. I said all that. Okay. Oh, Lieutenant Kramer. Creative checking in. Okay. Tom. Fairies, love you. Okay, lovely to fairies. She's lovely too. I'm Anne Mary Vandergraal. Hi, Angel. You want my book signed? Yeah, I can do that. I'm going to get a box of books. They are on the way. I'll have them in a week or so. It'll be 28 of them. So I can't send them all out because, like, I've only got 1 copy of my first book left because I gave most of them away, actually. Just sold the rest. So I have to work something out. I'm going to do a competition as well where somebody can win signed copies as well, okay, in a live event. It's going to be epic. So thanks to you all, guys. You're all in that book. You're all shouted, and it's just a shared combination, you know, of all your shares and everything else. I'm sure a lot of you have been hearing Flat Earth British for years will be able to identify, you know, some of the stuff that, the chronology of what happened with the awakening on Flat Earth British is what I'm saying. So that'd be exciting. Mask Avites. Not fucking having none of it. Okay, what they do anymore. Never did anyway. So I'm going to share it anyway, because I've waffled along. I don't know what you're thinking about whether this awakening is going to be an individual affair or somewhere in between, because, you know, this psychicness that goes on between us all, you know, sort of suggests that there's going to be some sort of shared mass awakening where we're all going to be like not a hive mind, but one collective, probably all communicate and stuff psychically. Yeah. It's coming on stronger by the day, guys. You must be able to feel it by now. Anyway. Arwin, my brother, eating chipolatas. You're stuffing your face, Arwin. That's why you're so fat, aren't you? My mate. Pushkin Castle, Alex is your Capalocious as well. Tia. Yeah, I was going to, if I had a daughter, I was going to call my daughter Tia. Boy. Lawrence. Janine, who's that there? Giving me a solid. Oh, Brian Ogden. Oh, Ogden. Like Hilda. Are you related to Stan? And love your shows. I love my shows too. I was going to say. I'd love a signed copy, but I can't send that many out because you know, I'll probably end up having to buy my own fucking books eventually. I don't know. I've asked for more. I do get some sort of deduction. I don't know how that's carried out, though, to look into it. I do need more books. Anyway, usage. Let's have a think about Antiquitec. Now, I've been looking into this really interesting temple, it says, by Saint Stravanovich. I might be pronouncing that probably wrong. But in its impronounceable Russian name, Antiquitec building. Big clues. Okay? I'm glad I found this because helped out with some of the thinking that I was thinking along them lines of. So let me show you what I mean. It says in a very Welsh accent. Listen, out there, I shout Wales and I shout Cardiff. Fuckloads in my books. I do more for the Welsh Tourist Board than the Welsh Tourist Board. Just letting you know, Wales. I love you. And I big up Cardiff saying it's all lovely now when it fucking ain't. Right. So we're gonna have a giggle later on. Okay, we're not doing rude stuff. Well, maybe a little bit, but not too many jokes and stuff. You know, I don't want you thinking that's all he ever thinks about, because it's not, obviously, because I won't be able to do all of this miraculous magic if I was like that. So, Knights of the Truther Tribe, digital warrior vlogs from around the world. Well, that's okay, because if it's a plate, you can go around, so that's fine. That's fine. True Lies, My Future Past by Matt Leake, and now I got 2 books, and I've had this about 10 times now because I'm tweaking it to see what, you know, where I can improve on questions too, for the trilogy that is to come. Now she did me, or these ladies did me, a fan-fucking-tastic advert. Oi, wakey. Before the first bit, the Holy Grail of our flat Earth was a truckload, fuck ton of mind-blowing intel. Wait till you see the level of usage in this one. Yeah, no shit. She read it twice. She told me she just fucking mind-blogged. It is brilliant, honestly. I just can't believe how this worked. It's just how it all comes together so well. Pretty brilliant. So anyway, and I got a fantastic little video, which I'm going to mute the volume to show you. It's only a little one, though. And look at this. Thank you, Michelle G, whoever you are. But make sure, if you do get my book, okay, guys, this is for the greater good, yeah, because I ain't a selfish fucker, and I give everything a fucking way. My last penny, and I always do. That's that type of person I am. This is for the plan, okay, which is for greater good. You'll see. Been working on it for 6 years. Ugh, so frustrating. Martin has truly opened my eyes. I recommend this book to anyone and everyone. Sit back, fasten your seatbelt, and hold on for the ride of your life. Indeed. Love this book and all the questions it woke within me. In fact, some of them are fucking undeniable is why. Very well written, eye-opening material to get your Brian brain thinking. Oh, Pacific Northwest, thanks so much, bruvs. Ah. And Martin in Michigan, Martin is a genuine researcher. I am, who asks the questions that have needed to be asked. And I would fucking say that's right. All of these questions have never been put down in literature that we've asked, guys, and now they are. And it just makes it extra more mind-blowing when you read it out. It really, really does. I've had a terrible time today with this thumbnail. YouTube, for some weird reason, put this thumbnail on 2 of my videos today. Just decided without me even doing anything. So I was trying to put other thumbnails in, and they wouldn't let me. It's just a fucking head fuck. Jilly! A reminder that we live in a wonderful plane where the mystery of life is an oft-kept secret. Excellent introduction to the occult and filled with lesser thought questions. It's Ginny Poof. Thank you, Ginny, lovely. Right, I'm going to just come back, mute my microphone, we'll watch that little video, and I'm going to come back and we'll have a look at the juice. Nice building. That's that Amsterdam one, is it? Brussels one, yes. On my previous thumbnail. So yeah, they kept it very, very current, as I'm going to show you now. So I'm going to mute my microphone. There's fireworks banging outside and just awfully distracting. Anyway.
Martin Leakers, the Holy Grail of the Great Reset, asks if you're awake. If you are, great. If not, he asks you to open your mind and think outside the box you've been stuck in for most of your life. Martin's second book asks questions about the accepted narrative and probes our historic timeline. But, rather than make statements that cannot be proven, Martin asks intelligent questions. He delves deep into the cavernous lies that have been embedded in your mind as fact. With his experienced eye, Martin prizes open the subjects of art, architecture, war and religion, and many more, while he inquires about mankind's ability to create and build such beauty, while, at the same time, destroy it with such wretched horror. However, rather than doom-laden prophecies, which are a common theme among many books of this nature, Martin's work is different. His work is different in that, the further he probes, the more you begin to question the narrative yourself. Martin Leakers.
Flags will just make countries turn on one another and fight one another. So we won't be one. Okay? That's all. Okay, so there it is. The holy first time we see these two together. First two are Don't tell me that's not fantastic. That makes me look mighty pretty. That's fantastic. Honest to God, that is just... Woo. But absolutely buzzing watching that. It puts it all into perspective, doesn't it, guys? Wow. What a fucking adventure we are on. Each of us is on our own individual adventure, though, aren't we? We're all shared, but we're all on our own individual journey, and we're all on the same journey we found ourselves on. Find that weird? Uncanny? Anyway. Elizabeth Quinn, happy Flatterday to you, dear. Oh, there you are. Oh, you are such an angel. Holistic media there. That was fantastic. That gives me shivers, makes me feel all fuzzy inside. It really does. Just seeing it like that. Fuck. Mikey, good to see you. Sweet chariot. Not coming to find you home. Love say. I love love. I love the word love. Yeah, the things we do for love anyway. Just saying. Denise Max. Like walking in the rain and the snow when there's nowhere to go. Okay. Donny. My sister used to like Donny Osmond. The Donny Osmond pictures on the fucking wall. Purple. Everywhere. Fucking disgusting. It's really sinister. I'll be your long-haired lover from Liverpool. Fucking, who's Jimmy Osmond singing that? He was about fucking 12 or something. He's like, what? Just weird times, guys. CJM, you would have had to been in the 70s to experience it, to know what I'm saying. It's just strange. Well done, Marty. Okay, thank you, Adam Karma. Anyway, yeah, they do blow smoke. We blow smoke so well. My so good. Swing low. It's the only way to be. From Utah. Anyway, thank you, Forest Wardener. Oh, that's really nice of you. Oh, I haven't basically celebrated or done anything. I've just been basically gutting my flat because it's getting on my nerves, because I've been working all the time and not cleaning properly. So I've been gutting this place. I'm getting ready to decorate it and stuff. And that's what I'm going to do. Because change your room, change your luck. Yeah. Same boat we are. Everyone in this place, all peoples, no matter what country they're from, are equally as fucked. The only way to heal this place is getting rid of opposition in any of it. So that's where all the trouble comes from. And religion. And science. And all of it. It's going to be fucking great getting rid of all of that, guys. No more hunger, pretending they're spunking money on fucking space and afterwards starving and go get fucked with all that back. Disgusting place. Okay. So this is a really groovy little place, this. I was looking into. Clues. Now, the clues in this are with these mini retenders and the giant retender. I think there might be a clue with the name as well, like, retender sort of is return. So I was thinking, these are some sort of electrical field or electrical torus going on. And, even with the domes, I bet this stuff would be visible when it was active. So I've got a sneaking suspicion that some of these are still able to be activated. Why are they not activated? I will tell you why now. The church. They have people in these buildings that are not good. Okay, that fucking essence of bad in this beautiful geometric machine will taint it. So once you kick out all the evil spirits and cleanse this place and make it geometrically sacred and divine, if divine is a thing, because divine is the divine grapes. I think that's another one of those Phoenician bullshit things. Getting rid of that word, divine. And reactivate it. I'm going to give you clues to I think that this can be done. Now, it's to do with the amount of EM. Now, don't take a genius to work out the fucking sun is doing one, guys. Yeah, solar minimum. I would say at this stage, it's pretty looks like it might be. It looks like the sun's actually going out on us. guys. It's what it looks like. So would that increase electromagnetism? Well, it has in people. People are definitely more electromagnetic. Now they've had the jab age, haven't they? So let's have a little think. Look, so it's based on 4 angels, more or less. So it is definitely electromagnetic fields. I reckon they would be definitely perceivable if you could see this sort of thing. And what you see here is the famous Russian white stone. Okay, a lot of Russia, there's a lot of Siberian Tatarian wolves built in this white stone, and these little workshops, I got an older image, is where they were apparently chiseling out some of this stone. Now, you can't like chisel out enough stone in these 4 little sheds to make these giant edifices. That's one fucking thing for sure. This beautiful stone that covers red brick there, you'll see all over Russia. It's famed for it. So yeah, here it is. It's just all behind this sort of wall, definitely mud flooded. You'll see it from above, and it's this like sort of, you can see this rotunda here. Can you see this dome? So I'm thinking about like all rotundas, Oxford camera, just rotundas everywhere. But look, nature's taking it back. Now, that was a clue I gave in the book concerning entropy, and basically I used Angkor Wat on a video about 4 or 5 years ago now. I talked about it again in the book. Now, Angkor Wat is supposed to be from the 1400s, okay, guys? And vegetation has taken it back. I mean, it's eaten it. I mean, you got giant trees growing between cracks, and entropy has definitely took its toll on the stonework as well. Has it not? It's supposed to be 600 years old. Yeah, they want you to believe that the classical world, like, for example, the Colosseum is 2,000 years old and it's still fucking standing there. All the wars, all the weather, all the floods, and none of it has ever worn away, or no plant growth or anything like that. Whatever. Entropy kills it. So there's some of it there. Interesting. Looks like some sort of stuff's been moved. It's definitely moved there. Oh, and moved there, and moved there. So stuff's been moved from there, dismantled. So yeah. So if you get a lot of cool cats in this building, once you get like, you know, the organs sorted out, find out the sacred key, that key that lights us up, you know. Once we get that sound, staring ajar us, we light a ping, and then we're no longer in this 5th century trap in this body, in this meat bag. Okay, guys? We won't have any frame of reference for it. I can't really talk about it if I can't have a frame of reference for it, is what I'm saying. But I get inklings. It blows my mind. Look at him. He's got an angel standing behind him. So these are on the walls, but just all worn away. Coptic era. And it was definitely a device, because as you can see here, the whole thing there is got metal through it. There's metal through it there. So it's all into the superstructure of the building. Also does bars as well on this building. And this white stone as well. Now, outside there's hidden doorways into this place. It's just, it looks a bit Star 40. Not sure what's happening with this feature here. Really interesting. But there's definitely something going on with it. Maybe blocked a door here. This is that white stone that I was talking about. But yeah, this place is just left to rack and ruin. I'm wondering if it could be brought online. Of the all, maybe if you just like the one, maybe if you just got the one active, they all went active. Just got to get it. You just got to get it right. You just got to get them out of it. It's them that is fucking tainting it. I went to a church in Newark a month ago with my mate Chris, right, guys? And there was a pit outside where they got rid of like the saints that were inside and put them outside. It was like, yeah, no shit, these are good guys. So look at the clues, yeah. And they took them outside the church because they couldn't have their vibration in there, their energy, their light. You see? There's a little window there, guys. And the fascia's fallen off and showing this really older stone. Haphazardy. Interesting. And metal in there again, metal there. So the whole thing's what's that? Oh, that might have been mud scraper. It's not there no more. Yeah. Okay. Oh, fabulous lock on this place. Look at that. They had the best locks years ago. Phoenicians brought locks in. Didn't have locks, windows, doors, all that caping. Didn't need them. No one's going to nick your stuff. No one's going to come in your house and bug you or anything. That's their doing. They don't know that. They brought the mistrust. Don't see indigenous peoples having locks on their fucking wicker cabin on stilts, do you? No. Interesting with this dome, they got the same sort of setup in this blue as they have in Roman domed vaulting, like the Parthenon. Same sort of style. You know, decreasing at the top of the dome. Shame about these beautiful bas reliefs, guys, all worn off. But again, wire, right the way through the building, so creating a charge. And then I think that the charge was sent to the rotunda, which is some sort of battery facility. I really do think so. There's a rotunda. There's one. It's having stuff taken out. Greco-Romano entrance for Russia. So, you know, we know whose calling card's been on this thing. They just put the fascia on the front of this rotunda. These are interesting, these columns. It's crazy how nature takes it back, though. I love that. So, and these as well. So there, it's not like you go in here for a prey, okay, in a warship, and then off to the next rotunda for a prey, and then the next rotunda, and out into the gardens for this singular rotunda, is it? It's more likely that these are just storage facilities for the main machine, is what I would think. Look at it. Look at the size of this place. So it's called the Temple. It's in the city of Stanitsa in Russia. I like that name because it's got star at the beginning. I'm sure there's a clue with the whole place anyway. And let's have a look at the older image. There it is. There's them sheds. And that's the name. If you can speak Russian, you can find out what it's actually called, this place. I can't pronounce it. Dreadful at long Russian names. Looks like mud behind the old ladder. But they done work on stone in these sheds, apparently, to do this work on this post-reset. And I would say this mud had come down here, and they got a big white retaining wall. Makes hardly any sense to put the temple and just dig a ton of hill away. Makes no sense. It's right. You know, the hill came in later, is what I would say. But yeah, fantastic building. Quite a big complex as well, as you can see. And check this rotunda. See, again. And next to it, a whopping great pyramid. What's it for? Pyramid technology, guys. And this is technology. These rotundas are definitely a big part of it. No doubt about it in my mind. And what they do today, like libraries and stuff, it's just a psyop. Again, with the Parthenon ceiling and oculus. It's not the Parthenon, this. It's exactly the same technology and style. Some sort of like what looks like echo. To break an echo. These would break an echo, something like that. Something to do with sound, because it looks similar to what you see on a recording studio wall. Yeah. And the oculus as well, you know, this is identical to the Parthenon in Rome, this one. Anyway. So, yeah, so that got me thinking. Now, we've seen this example before of a Coptic church in Russia as well, where you can see that the cables are running through the dome. And the whole thing's just a lattice work of metal, showing you this was gathering energy using them beautiful Antiquitec crosses, etc. Look at that lattice work of metal in this. So much of it. So yeah, and up there as well. More Coptic paintings, just left to rack and ruin. So that's the crime in itself, you see, guys. Where they, you know, can you imagine this in its heyday? Although it's, in my mind, really just bullshit. It's still worth going in to see the depictions, you know, for decoding, etc. What a shame! What a shame! But they do it with the entire antiquity, all of the wars and all of the psyops that they run to get rid of the past. Buildings like this. Active, what would have been an active Antiquitec device, guys. So completely dismantled it. So bringing them back online. Could we bring them back online? These things, these are supposed to be really old and all over Russia. They're absolutely fantastical. Antiquitec. And they're more than just, you know, a church, as you can see back in the day. Big portal. Yeah. I think some of these are definitely wouldn't take too much to get them. Oh, look at that. Oh, Brian splatted your color. I don't think it would take much at all to get it reactivated, all this. You know, I think these resonators would work. I think they would work. and it would draw down into the onion domes, down into here. And all of that, you know, they must have hated Tesla when he revamped or brought back out, you know, the untold, untapped electrostatic potential trapped in the ether. Yeah, just that much power that everything can be run free. They were like, free? Did you say the word three? Yeah, right. I have to see about that. Free energy is what it's all about, guys. And they 100% got it. And they 100%, the elites, use it. It exists. Perpetual motion machines with magnets in the 1600s in Kirster books. They existed then. And the giant crownage with a beautiful bit of Antiquitec on top, guys. For the giant's crown, got little windows in it. Starbursts. It's a nice image. So that is in Muscourge. Oh, and that is the thumbnail for this video, but only from there. But oh, look at that gold on there. 4 angels again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Center dome. Exactly the same microcosm of the structure of the place where we live, guys. Exactly the same. Working on the same technology of this place where we live. The 4 angels. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the Holy Grail synopsis on the Tatarian channel or buy first book, because it's all explained in there in some detail. I love this building. I've seen that many, many times. Anyway, Antiquitec age. So I would say that this was dismantled somewhere in the Middle Era, somewhere around 1500, when they've done the calendar stops. Because in this period, this is the 1500s, they still got it active, and they're showing you the phoenix. Phoenix is representative of what? Fire, flame, energy. So it's on a little star fort of its very own. And I think that's more likely, yes, what they were doing. Star forts, giant Antiquitec device in the middle, make perfect, absolutely perfect sense. Again, look, with this oculus and the domage, stars in there, though. And the sun just definitely device. That needs to be decoded and find out what that is doing. And as you can see, you know, a Venetian exhibit, I think it is. It's definitely Italian. Actually, it might be Spanish. But anyway, the dome, excuse me, the portal. Somatic window, beautiful detail to this building. But dismantles probably a lot of it. And look at that church. That's not got mud flooded much. I wonder what it looks like inside, guys. Just a big load of mud. And that's the church I went to the other day that I mentioned with my mate. And there was just a place where they just buried saints outside. And this is in Newark in Nottinghamshire in the north of England. Went there a little while ago. And technasmia, a vibrational science, I think echo, or the place in between the echoes, like the place in between the reflections with the Phoenicians, that sort of thing. It's a bit weird and hard to talk about and explain, but this science is infinitely complicated technasmia, but this is part of it, this trunking, and this is part of it too, this doming. It's all a technology. So okay, we're going to be moving on slightly. There's another example. Onion dome gold, also a rotunda. And the returns are separate, storing power, had to be mud flooded. It looks it too. It looks like half that building's underground, the bottom bit. So yeah. Were they mud flood affected, which they are here, in 1733? So these are late 1800s. So roll back to 1733 Leeds atlases of cities of Antiquitec. And it looks like a lot of them are still active in 1733. I've seen some with blocked up windows. So check this out with the bells. Is that a bell? No. What's that? Electric something. Ooh. Hang on. It's a wire coming out in some box. Oh, it's not the telephone. They're all horse and cart in it. It's 1800s. Oh. Creating the charge in there. Check this out, guys. Look at this. Whoa. Do you know what I find? The pictures are more beautiful in the Victorian era in black and white. And if you go on Google Earth and look at the same image today, it's nowhere near as impactful. So that looks like not like the picture. The picture's fab. You know what I mean? Check it out for yourself. It's like really weird. Some of them churches, I look at that church in Boston and it's like, wow, it's fantastic in pictures. And you get to the Google Earth and it's like, oh, fucking hell, that's disappointing. The size of this fort here, guys. And the gold on there. Wow. Gold, as you know, highly conductive, excellent conducted. And, ooh, she's took a bit of a flood in there, look. In whatever city that is. Toba, don't know. Tobaranotchke. And the mud flooded world with the Aladdin, people turning up. Let's get the Aladdin here in Russia. I've gone to the return to that one. Interesting. Mud flood streets, boards. There's our mud flood. Might be a bit of cobble going on there. They've got the tram. Nice shottage. Nice shottage. Let's move on. Oh, the interiors to these places. It's just any need. And look at the height of the ceilings and the doors as well. There's no need for it. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Juicy, juicy. Look at all our ornamentation on there. That's what I mean. Imagine seeing that. It's like, wow, modern day. And a congregation of humanity crushing into a church to worship. They got the tram there. I don't know what that's gone on tram track. Okay, okay. Rest of the world's on. Oh, and it goes up there, does it? Into the castle. Oh, that is pretty fantastic. It's not belfry, that's for sure. But it's got stuff attached. Wow, this is some fantastic Antiquitec. And there. A vein, which can collect energy. Send it down the cables into the dome and through to the building and could be stored and reused. Free energy. And the vibrational qualities of these things is just fantastic. This is a mud flood, so this one is crazy good, this one. The mud's all there and it's all just, as you'll see in a further one. So originally these, you know, were all device. Religion comes in, paints all over them. Says that the fancy bits are just decoration, not doing anything at all. That's what they're telling us. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that, you know, with the hole taken out, something missing completely here. Oh, no. It's just decoration. It's aesthetics. What about the two obelisks? Aesthetics. What about the TV aerial? Oh, well, you're not supposed to have the TV, that's for sure. And that's on top. Definitely something missing here, no doubt about it. All the windows blocked up and they got little verandas. Airship. Port. Wow. So 799 of you watching. Thank you so much. And you are also live on a Italian channel. 127 of you watching on F. Super fantastic. Great. Look what you would have won. And please share this out. Like the show if you did. Subscribe to All Flat Earth British channel. Get this truth out there. We're as rare as rocking us. Shit. I've explained. Whoa, look at that church. I don't know. That's a really freaky spire. Wow, look at this. See what I mean? Just for decoration. And that looks like the expositions as well. It's identical architecture. But it's a city street. See what I mean? Fantastic in the old days with the tram and the statue. And you get to the modern day and it's like, don't look really that nice now. And where's the tram? And where's the, you know, it's all nice then. Even the lampposts are shit compared to then. Statues, all of it, just poo. Same everywhere, poo. The roads are poo. We pooed everything out. Pooed. Whoa, that's overkill on Antiquitec, that one, isn't it, guys? Whew. Very St. Paul's Cathedral. 800 were you watching? Thank you for sharing, guys. Oh, that's very nice. Water feature outside. Oh, front door for second story. Oh, that's handy. What are those aerials in the background? There's one on the roof over there, one of those square ones again, and there's a giant aerial there, guys. Maybe it's for television. Maybe they're all sitting there watching telly 100 years ago. Oh, that's interesting. 1899, Church of Mary Immaculate in Nelson. Fuck me. She's an old temple, half buried in the mud. And that's that church I was just talking about in Boston. That's the one. I was looking at it on Google Earth, and it's like, oh, it's not so fantastic because of the fire shots I showed you of Boston. That church actually still standing. So anyway, enough of churches. Let's move on. Let's have a look a little bit further back in time. That bell. Something happened. These bells, as you know, are a big part of this technology. They create a resonance in the clock towers, in the bell towers. The resonance creates a charge which can be collected, and it's topped up every hour when the clock tower bells, every 15 minutes, and a main one. And it keeps it all topped up. Keeps this bell electricity topped up. So what we got here is a lead atlas. I'll just give you an example. This one's French. No, it's a German town, so it gives you star forts. Okay, they are fantastic, but you do get the Antiquitec devices inside. They say it's a kirk, so it's a church. So no graves or anything churchy like outside. It's just a wicker fence, strange tower, not connected to that at all. That's where you're finding a lot of star forts, as you will see. So let's just have a look through here and we'll see what the Antiquitec's doing. If it looks active in 1733, when Pierre van der Haar was engraving these floating in a balloon or something, because they're all from a bird's eye perspective. The ships can come right in here. There's a dock there, and that is also a lovely little inland German star fort port. And I say it's German, it could be Dutch. Translate. Excuse me. Ooh, well, that didn't help. Right, and that's looking at it from outside. Excuse me. Just singular people. Nobody much about, carrying your water. Well, that's quite pleasant, actually. A lot of windmills and a giant Antiquitec device. Okay, let's move on a little bit and see. Lots of Antiquitec on the horizon. Which is flat as I'm feeling really flat earthy today as well. So yeah, I mentioned I was going to do that interview. The guy wanted to interview a flat earther, but he didn't really know anything about me. So I messaged him back and I said, well, I do fields of alternative history. If you'd actually really browsed my channel, you would see that. I do talk about flat earth. I'm quite happy to, though, but you have to be prepared. And know what you're talking about. And he says, oh, I love the fields of alternative history. One of my favorite books is Eric von Däniken. And I thought, for fuck's sake, you know, it's like so fucking mainstreamy as I had to even fucking imagine. Anyway, this is nice. I don't know what that is. It's in water. Previously a pumping station, maybe. And Antiquitec, let's have a look. They're beautiful, these books, though, guys, for details. Spend a bit of time going through them. I'll link everything up you see instead in the descriptions box below this video, okay, guys? And stately homes as well. So you'll always get outside, bird's eye perspective. Usually get a broken tree or two outside, show you it's not far after a flood. The roads are all muddy. These trees are all brand new. 20 tops after some sort of event. What's this stats? 1733, Germany. Okay. Antiquitec, lovely windmills to pump that water off when it got flooded. And then up on the hill, you got, wow, a beacon. What, guys? What is it? Telecommunications of some sort. It shouldn't be there anyway. Yeah, I know. Wow. Craziness. Actually didn't see that before, guys. Discovery from Wire as well. There it is there again. There could be something connected with that church. It seems to be in line with it. Wow. That's pretty good. It's got a lattice to it, so it's like it's made of, and if it is metal, it wouldn't be a beacon. Not that high on top of a hill. Holy fuck. Wow. Things you find on Flat Earth British, you just never know, do you? Never know what's going to happen on Flat Earth British. It's always, ooh, these are strange little things. It's always a voyage of discovery. You never know what's going to happen. And with me being totally spontaneous and weird, you never know what to expect either. So there's another Kirk. You know, lovely, lovely star footage with a little port inside. So they're not really defensive, are they? You could easily get in one of them, and especially with the ports and all the waterways going in them. So any thoughts that these bastions that they call them were initially militarily built is absolutely bogus and bullshit. The fractal geometry on them kills it. They're the stealth bomber of forts. Anyway, I'll share that to you. Pretty girl. Get the idea of Antiquitec, though. So it looked like it was still a bit active, some of it, in 1733. So I think maybe there was an active decommission. And this realm must have been fantastic when it was. It may have gone to shit. It may have gone to shit, the Antiquitec, and caused the mud flood, causing some freak overload vibration. And they're like, well, we got to close this down. It just fucking killed everyone, mud flooded everyone. We have talked about that before. Oh, my eyes looks fucked. Oh my God. Specs on. These are better. So, fat thumbs to you all. I'm going to come back. We're going to have a crazy thought next after looking at Antiquitec. I think there could be, brought back when we get everything sorted out. That's in the future. Anyway, next, we're going to have a look at a really weird thought, which stinks a bit, if I'm honest with you. Fuel hooks, as in, are they selling us our own shit back? Dun, dun, dun. Now, I'll explain along the way. Okay. Liquefaction, says Brian. Indeed. Well, if it all went to shit, now, there was something that cracked. The Kaiser Bell, the Tsar Bell, and the Liberty Bell at the same century. Okay. And I'm saying around the same era as well. Something cracked them bells. And I think it was an Antiquitec maybe fault. We've overloaded the system, melted down the computer. Okay, because this place has definitely been melted. Wouldn't you agree at some stage? Cool. Right. Anyway, thank you for that. Flat Earth's Flatio is my name today, just in case you don't know. As I said, I'm feeling very flat earthy. I'm Carrios, good to see you, my brother. And the bricks have to be more than we think. Oh, for sure, for sure. And that concrete that was smashing out in the front, it was full of seashells, and they just go disintegrate with a little tap with a hammer. Honestly, this place is so, you know, honestly, just with a sledgehammer, you can just make any of this disappear. Dragon Sage. Alex is your PE, good to see you. Anatolia girl, hi, lovely. Denise Max, I have seen you in Spinach's chat. Dave, good to see you. And William. And Master Winnie of the House of Boing. Good to see you. House of Boing. And Mel saying, what's Mel saying? If the towers are the spark, maybe the churches are the alternators. Yeah, we're going along them lines. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Definitely. Along them lines. Some sort of symbiosis between them. There's no two buildings that look the same in these complexes. They all got like different shapes geometrically because they do different stuff. You know, they do different stuff. I think this portal technology is definitely a thing at this stage. It's really weird, but I don't even know why. I've been thinking like that all my life. Adam Cook, good to see you. That's because I know there's more here than they're telling us. G. Keith Walker, good to see you. Gary, my brother, who's smoking lambs. How do I know? Don't even ask. Dallas Fowler, good to see you. Angela's here as well. Waking Axel. Now, shit. Would they be cheeky enough to sell us our own poo? Well, let's have a little think about this. Now, the Victorians, or the Tartarians did build super fantastic pump houses. Like that one. Now, none of these are existing and working anymore. You can visit them. They have giant flywheels. They're built like palaces. They're absolutely fantastic. Every single one of them are just like antique shops. The one in Cardiff is the pump house there. So these giant pumping systems and Tartarian pumping stations for sewerage were decommissioned, and they were replaced with a modern affair. Now, they take our shit. When they take our shit, do we actually know what they're doing with it? Does it all get wasted? Well, I know some of it goes into concrete blocks, because concrete blocks got a bit of a shit smell to them because there's human shit in them, apparently. Yeah. Now, I know it's a bit of a shit topic, but it has to be approached. There's another one there. Look at that, guys. Pump houses. So they decommissioned all of them, and this one's like a brewery now or what have you. And that's beautiful. Look at the decoration in these things. And replaced them. So why did they replace them? Okay. Now, I watched a film the other day. It was called Outpost, with that creepy fucking Orlando Bloom girl. And they were burning shit. The military burned their shit. And it's got all sorts of problems, but there is fuel involved. And I'm not just talking about methane either. Anyway, proper disposal of waste during a deployment is essential to prevent health problems. Apparently burning shit can give you cancer, they say. Protect service members. It's certain situations when a sanitary and waste management facilities are not available, this waste must be burned in an open pit. Okay? Now, the main concern to service members is exposure to the smoke from burning trash and feces. Burning solid waste may generate many pollutants, including dioxins, particulate matter, that's shit spores, polycheric aromatic hydrocarbons, voltaic organism compounds, and carbon monoxide, and hexachlorazine, and ash. Well, fucking nasty. But they can extract fuel from it. And I'm not just talking methane, there's oils, etc. Oil. So this technology, now this is a bullshit narrative, because they include Neanderthals, and I did even mention in my book that Neanderthals and Neander not. But what they did say is they found some cave dwellers thousands of years ago which were burning shit in their cave. So if that was so dangerous, why are they burning shit? They were burning shit for fuel, like they do with peat, etc. Because of the energy in it. It's like fucking trapped in energy, I guess. I don't know if you've got to dry it out first or what have you. So let's have a look. Let's have a think about the etymology of the word feces. Also, feces. It's very like fasces, isn't it? Dregs. From the Latin, feces. Sediment, dregs. Plural of genitive fasces. And grounds, sediment, wineless, and dregs, which is an unknown origin. Oh, right. Specific sense of human excrement is from 1630s in English, but it's not found in classical Latin. Oh, isn't that a thing? Okay. The dregs of the people are the lowest class of society. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Fucking hell. So, this being priced, they used to use it in leather and all that. I'm just wondering whether it's food for thought. Are they actually processing the shit in these plants, and are they extracting fuel from it, and are they selling it back to the people as oil, petrol, etc.? Might be. Anyway, so got some other stuff. Dun, dun, dun. Paris, 1867, one of the earliest expositions. I'm going to have a little look at the 3D printed stuff. So it's supposed to be the classical world. A Roman couple married. They did that, did they? What, were they monotheistic? What's this marriage business? I thought it was a contract to do with business.
So there it is. It was built really early on. There's the arts one. But these trees, look how old that is. This place, you know, how big's that? And all the Antiquitec again. And look how fantastic. And this is supposed to be a lithograph, but as I reckon we've established by now that this is some sort of early photography. And they just like, you know, just scrape it over. You know, this is just a scam. And look at this. So fontaines, monuments. And that's not even Versailles. Again, look at that. Wow. With the Phoenicians coming out of the ship again. Wow. Excuse me. Phone's gone bonkers. And domage. Nice domage in the background. Always with the Phoenicians. Always on a little island, on a ship, surrounded by water. Big cluage, I think. And that's the sort of things they had inside. So it's just like a museum, really. What is left of the classical world, and we'll put it in expositions. This will all be in London in a few years at the Crystal Palace, no doubt. I wonder who this is, because it looks like Oliver Cromwell, doesn't it? It can't be Oliver Cromwell, because it's France, Paris. Now look at this little imp. I'm going to eat you. Ooh, nasty, isn't it? I know. So yeah, classical art is infinitely weird, in fact, because they are freaky, aren't they? Something going on with all of them. Can't really place it yet. That's demonic. So that's cool. And well, another fucking who's this troublemaking lot? I don't know. Got yourself a really young wife there, mail order. What's this? Yeah, you get a lot of that as well, like fighting in the news, which is really fucking weird and horrible. And look at these. They look kind of magical, don't they? So is that a photograph or a lithograph? Because if it's a lithograph, how do you get them to keep fucking still for that long, guys? 1867 this is. It's a photograph, isn't it? What's going on with her feet? Nothing. Thought she had toes missing. She's got toes missing. This is messed around with. There's no way that can be a lithograph. You can't get human beings to stay in one place like that anyway. And they look well spiritual and well trippy. I would say that they're all powerful. Probably witches. And more statues to show the people who walk in there what the world was like before it got reset. In there. The earliest, one of the earliest and biggest. And look how fantastic this was, guys. 1867. This early, Amsterdam and all the different countries. Again, so you go in there. God, look at all the plants as well. Yeah, you go in there and you can visit what the country is supposed to be like. So it's like Truman Show. Nice lights as well. So they're beautiful, aren't they, guys? I don't know who this is. He's really looking quite modern and really spaced out. So, anyone ever seen? Anyone ever seen the Huguenots? Are they the ugliest people you've ever seen in your entire life? If you don't know what I'm on about, I think I'll download the next video. Huguenots. They got like a real dynasty with a completely fucked up face. It's horrible. Check this out. Venezuela. Oh, look at it. What's the V? Oh, Venezuela. So Venezuela. Okay, so it's VENE. It's like Venice, isn't it? Venezuela is like Venice. So I would give a definite big fucking there to the Phoenicians as well. And again with this building, Rotunda next to it, guys. Check it out. Got a little thing on here as well. So it's not just a summer house to go and sit in. Oh, that's some weird cult. There's people begging money there. See, we fucking get more beggars I've seen in the last 10 years than I've seen in my entire life. Some of the worst cities in the fucking world's never seen such begging as there is in the last few years, guys. It's all by design. It's a reminder when you're walking around of you don't toe the line, you could end up like that. That's what they do it for. Look at that. One's just got a guard on it. It's beautiful. And all the machinery. I'd love to see what is in the walk around these places. 1867. Looks very electrical. Has to be to drive that shaft. Definite. Yeah, this place had a whole overhead gantry, like a train that ran in the air. Could be steam. Yeah, that one. So yeah, that is fantastic. Thing full of machinery. More classical art. Check this out. Definitely a gadget of some sort, guys. No people. So that one's all crucifixes. Ugh, that one's jewelry. You can't buy nothing. You just got to look at shit. So much detail. But these arches here, they must be some sort of like organized technology. In fact, it is. It's an organized technology. You stand directly underneath there in that chair, and this will energize you, probably revitalize you, like the way organized pyramids. I stood under an organized pyramid in Birmingham when I did that Truth Juice convention. An organized guy named Sean, really cool guy, had an organized pyramid. I sat underneath it for about 10 minutes, and I honestly, not imagination, not placebo effect, felt really good when I got out of there. Like proper feeling clear. Really nice, juicy Lucy type of thing. Yeah, really cool. Check all that shit. I tell you what, you never want to let me in there. Because I'm like, fucking break it all. Like a bull in a china shop. I don't do it deliberate. It's just the world's like that. Okay? Yeah. It's not Martin proof the world, guys. Okay? So I have a little idea of Paris 100 years before. No, less. 100 years before, and we got the Citadel there, which is where all the dead bodies are, all into Paris. Millions and millions of them. So this place got reset and they all got buried underneath. Find that interesting. At this stage, the Citadel, it's 2 islands. Island of Notre Dame. What's Notre Dame mean? It sounds like something to do with damn, like damn you. But yeah, I never seen that before. It was 2 separate, and another island there. Paris has got a star fort all the way around it at that period. Say rampart, but okay. Let's have a look at some of the divine architecture. It's got to be one of the best architectural places on earth, I would say, is Paris. So again, with Pandahario, shows you a broken tree outside, the mud. And then all the mud outside, everything in the mud. In this case, everything's in the mud. Lot of Antiquitec here. Lot. Notre Dame. Wow, Paris is Antiquitec-aged. And that's the saying. It just looks so different back then. Paris. And there's some Parisian folks and some of the Parisian architecture. Now, I'm guessing it's not the Louvre, because that wouldn't, in their narrative, is not built, is it? They say. But it does look like the Louvre. So what's everyone doing in the forecourt anyway? Not that much. So I bet they were uncomfortable affairs, these carriages things. So that's the Palace of Tuileries. Palace of Tuileries. That's a palace. Looks a little bit like the Louvre though. Oh, look at this. Look at this. So yeah, if you want this atlas yourself, oh my God, look at that. Perspective of Paris from the pont, from the bridge. Okay. Well, I mean, there's a lot of action going on in 1733 in Paris. Buildings look fantastic at that period. Wow, quite a few people. All from a bird's eye perspective, up to the Citadel, which is looking star 40. Don't know what them blocks are out into the river. See them? So yeah, that's quite a wild picture. I really like that one. So they're infinite details. That's why we think there's some sort of graphic process going on with engravings as early as this as well. You know, somewhere between silkscreen printing and just making like brash rubbing an impression of an artwork or photography, because there's no way these people or this guy can do this sort of detail from his mind's eye, from the air. There you are, Notre Dame Cathedral. And they got a giant Antiquitec bunker booth outside with portals. Maybe water coming out. Well, that is interesting. So Notre Dame. And it hasn't got that thing that burnt down in 1733. It was supposed to be built in 1850s. So that's gone in the modern day. It's not there no more. That building there is completely gone. In fact, all these buildings around Notre Dame are gone. It's only that that's there now. Again, if you look at Notre Dame on Google Earth, it's just so unimpressive. Again, everything looks better in these images. I don't know what's with that. The size of these doors. Oh, whoa, this building's fab. The size of the people to it, though, guys. Mud flooded in 1733. So they had a mud flood previous to 1733, no doubt. Because all of these lead Van der Haar atlases show you that these places are mud flooded. Classical worlds. Still there. Still some of it's still ruined, just being touched up. Still a bit muddy. Still getting their shit back together. Post-apocalyptic. That's why everyone's going round in like stupid, carrying people in a Hanson carriage in them days, because it's just after reset. They had to get the tech back up and running. Bit of reverse engineering, all the inventions. I'm not sure. Just a lamp. So yeah, beautiful depiction. So I'll share that with you because I do want to move on. Yeah, really cool though. So let's have a look at that one in a minute. Oh, is that? So Paris is fantastic, isn't it, guys? I can't imagine what this is though. There's railings around this statue, 100-foot high. Keep people off of it. Oh, I don't know. Really weird, that one. You could go round though, couldn't you? Don't know what to make of that. They don't want anyone going around there, but there are people in it. Oh wow. I don't know what to make of that, guys. Afraid. Another perspective from a bridge in Paris. What's that up on the hill? Oh, Antiquitec. Okay. Fabulous. Fabulous. Really happy with that one. Okay, last look at these, because there are quite a few images in there. I don't want to go through them all. But check out that staff out there. That's a college. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. 1733, and it all looks like that. Exactly the same as what you get in Bible depictions in these atlases. Classical world. Hasn't changed. And look, mud. Everything's just mud here. No roads. Haphazard. Chaotic. Just sloppy. When it rains, I bet it's shit. But in contrast, look at the architecture. Makes no sense, does it, guys? You think that they could build this star fort, this embankment, all these fine statues and artworks, and that great Greco-Romano arch. They could have managed a bit of road surfacing. It's a killer, isn't it, guys? It is a killer. Ooh, let's just have a look at this. They are a bit tasty. Have a look at this one. So another arch. Is it the Arch Denis? I'm not sure, but check that out. Tartaria. All this Germanic-looking fort. It looks like a fairy tale affair in the mud, right next to the arch. Two completely separate cultures. Wow, in your face! Look at that. It's fantastic, fantastic. So I definitely think it's a photograph. I can't imagine anyone getting a head around that from the sky. How can you do that unless you're in a balloon anyway? You know, it just makes no sense. Well, look at this. The detail. Do you see what I mean? Star footage. A lot of it's mudded in, though. Oh, that one's taken altering. I would say that is a custom house. Is that a custom house? Port Conference. Not sure. So up the river. Okay, that's pretty cool. Phoenicians definitely 100%. Oh, and there's that the Atene. Let's have a look at this. That's there in the modern day. Again, look at it on Google Earth. It's nowhere near as impressive. Well, the Star Fort's right around there. That's not there in the modern day. And then you got doors. Why can't you go through here? And why is it so big? And look who it is on there, the Faceless Knight. Demons, angels, resetting balls, Faceless Knight again. Wow. Magno. Like magnet. Magno. Like magnet. Like demagnetizing. Do you reckon? Well, they got an entrance here and here. You know, these got to be something, separate. And they got like these big pyramids on top with the orbs. Fleur-de-lis on it. This is tech. So something happens when you go in here. They're just not aesthetics, guys. This is a fucking highly advanced technological society we're trying to reverse engineer here. It's just so fantastical. It's hard to get your head around. You can see the remnants. This year is nothing to do with this year, is it? It's just a native fucking arrival. Ugly with it. Okay, another arch in Roman Paris. What's going on with this one? Magno again. Fractus Germano. Fractus? Wow, that is so trippy. Well, I call it the Faceless Knight, Chris, because it's covering my book, and it's a long story. There's a few ideas. It could be Josephus, some people say. Some people say there's a reptile or a lizard being or even a worm living in armor, or the armor is a robot and some sort of sludgy little worm that operates it inside. A bit like the Daleks, because inside Daleks, these little sludgy monsters, they're not actually the robots, like, are they? They live inside them. I'm sure you've seen Davros. Anyway, this is funky. So we're going to look at some curio, pictures and other stuff. Please make sure to share this out. Just coming up with 900 people there. Sorry I'm not in both chats, but I will gather, and there's 130 odd of you in there. So absolutely fantastic. Just coming up to 1,000 odd watching. What's that, Mel? Well, I'm the internet worm. I was pondering this last night, thinking, fucking hell. I've done all that. I broke the fucking world, and I'm the internet worm. What have I got to do now? I was trying to communicate with the Most High, the Spirit, for a message. And I think I got whispers. So this is on my Instagram. And pilots, this is put out by Flat Earth Snippets on my Instagram this week. And some pilots recorded this. Absolutely crazy. Not only is the sun and the moon visible, but they're below the plane. We have seen some of this stuff before, like the sun below a plane in the clouds, haven't we? Check this out. So the sun's down there. Oh, there's the sun, and the other one's the moon. So they're like literally, it's in the clouds. They're above it. Oh, it's just crazy. And the moon's right there as well. It's just mental, isn't it, guys? Oh, fucking hell. You ask any pilot, like if you've seen the film Eric Dubé's film, The Level, they interviews a loads of pilots on there, and it's like, oh, is it? Do you ever see a curve? It's like, fuck no, because it can't, because it's not there. Right. Share this. This is like a very, very, very early Middle Ages book, and it's just, again, like I was just trying to work out when, a chronology for all of these. But the weird thing about these books is all the Phoenicians coming out of the clouds, tech. The world is Antiquitec and mud flooded, but they got these fantastical buildings, look, all in the mud, no doubt about it. And the tree roots may be washed out. So what is the book about? I couldn't tell you. It's in Latin. It's old. Blank, again, no information. But what I find weird is the style of the buildings. It's just, that's the Rhine, so we're looking at Germany. Okay. That's a little bit better information. And yeah, it's just all alchemical related. They keep these big buildings on top of these mesas or tree trunks out of the way of any incoming water. They always do that. Okay, let's have a look here. And again, with these Phoenicians, you know, how many times have we seen this, guys, where in this case it's being dragged by a man, but on this stupid float, it looks like a boat, and you get some woman on there that's like doing the Venus thing, and a nasty little Cherubinowski who's doing the whippage. You know, come on. It's just, how come that in all of these depictions? Got to tell you why? Because it's when the Phoenicians took off Tartaria is why. And it's all in allegory, covering up of a civilization. If they call it Tartaria, you know, that's what we call them. But I think the maps will show us that this culture was one place. It's everywhere. These buildings are everywhere. So it was highly technological, based on free energy, based on factual geometric technology, the real tech, real alchemy, and the secrets of this place. And now it's all been replaced by fundamental this and fundamental that fucking bullshit. Look at this. Oh, that's weird. I think that word is God in Hebrew. I've seen it before. And it's shining on what? Somebody dropped their globe in the garden. That's freaky, isn't it, guys? Globes didn't even exist that period. It's really weird. And star forts are up and running. Pretty fantastic. And magpieage. Again, broken tree trunks, and this is not even the same. That's in Vienna, is it? Yeah. So yeah, really early, nice depictions. Star footage again. Massive birds in the river. I'll link that up to you. It's a nice little share because it's so old anyway. Check this out. Wow. Look at the little stars as well, the satellites. They actually look like stars. Like, you know, with a little thing as well, the shooting thing. Shooting stars. Wow. It's fantastic, that one. And then we go on to some stately homes, etc. But I will link it up. There's like literally hundreds. Ooh, battage. Hundreds of images, and they're all from an early period. Let's check. Video. Okay. And this I will share with you as well. Maps and ancient sea kings' evidence of advanced civilizations related to flat Earth. And it will just give you like old maps, like the Pierre Reese, which I talk about in my new book. Of Antarctica being shown, inhabited and mapped. Pierre Reese, who was a Turkish admiral, says that these were earlier maps, Atlantean, he would like you to believe, from a time, what they're saying, before a reset. And I'm wondering how many of these old maps are from a previous time, guys, if you think about it. So, excuse me. So, yeah, I'll link that up. You get some fantastic maps. You can study and better yourself. Hyperborean, you see? I'm guessing this is difficult to fucking navigate when you can't mag up properly. So this is supposed to be Antarctica, is it? America. Okay. Okay. That's South American coast, is it? Okay, whatever. See what I mean? There's 228 of them. And it's supposed to be proving Asian technologies. So yeah, it's worth a little browse through, guys. I do like to link books up, etc. It's the weekend. It's going to rain in Britain tomorrow. It's been beautiful all week. It really has. So I've been busy. So I shit my flat. Can't see anything on that. Okay, let's move on. So, Sir Natty. So what we got here is Cincinnati. Oh, I love this city. It is fucking epic Tatarian architecture. And it's so mud flooded. So we have some old and new of Cincinnati. Now this castle, okay, I got an old picture of it, and again, it looks way more impressive in old photographs than it does now next to Studio 9 shitty television network. Yeah, same as you can get for every mountain city, from Cleveland to Galveston. is these buildings out in the middle of nowhere, and like a cultured, recent, everything's just put back, fucking banged up. And check this out. Again, so that's in Cincinnati, which we've looked at before, and there it is, look, without the studio or the television network. And it looks way more impressive. So I would say that is a proper castle, European style castle from the old world of America. And in Cincinnati, they got a cracking fountain. Check that out. So it was a good film, Cincinnati Kid, as well. You liked that film. It was gritty. Paul Newman, he runs across the railway lines, goes play cards. Check that out there. I'm not sure as well, everything's just turned to rubble. But again, Antiquitec, a bit of work being done on it. Don't see too much of a humanity going on. And again, more work going on this building. No humanity as such. One cart. And another one in these corner banks. I'm not sure what it is. Nice building. Greco-Romano columns. Giveaway. And again, look at this size of this. And you can find one of these in Melbourne, even my city. It's just crazy. Still not too many people around, not too much on the cars. They got trams here, but not like San Francisco, got all the cars in the world. Somebody actually sent me a link, you're not going to believe this, where they say on the link that they know all of the drivers of every car on Market Street in that film, the colour footage. I shit you not. I just wouldn't present it because I'm like, there's no fucking way they could know that. Unless it was, well, it actually is 100% more proof, I think, that the whole thing was staged, like the Truman Show. Cars going round in circles, seeing them over and over again, people covering their faces, people fucking accidentally looking at the camera. It's just, no. It's like when you watch a bad movie when, you know, the actor actually or one of the extras stare at the camera. Nothing more annoying. Or the microphone sticking down. Nothing more annoying. That's what I get in that San Francisco film. Look at that. Flood and a nice little Greco-Romano temple. I bet you ripped that facade off. Be red brick under there. There it is. Lafayette Bank or Franklin Bank. Franklin Bank. Oh, look at that next door. That's a more interesting building. They've suffered window tax. There they have. Windows blocked up. Windows blocked up. You always get that. But the front door's down there. Look. Nice Technosmia port in there. And that's just not for decoration to look out of. That's part of the Technosmia technology. A little bit more busy that day in Cincinnati. So they're really cool shroppy images. You can get any city on here. I was looking at Cleveland, but I like this one. I find it weird they have all of them monuments, giant masonry buildings we're just looking at. But when the show boats or the boats come up, I'm guessing that's Mississippi. They just got fucking mud boards and no paths over the mud straight into the city. It just makes no sense, guys. You know, for something so advanced, you think they'd have had something more going on, like actually a way to go, you know, navigate to the city. It's really crazy. And this is the water tower. It's still there in the modern day, and castellations. Why it got windows when it's a water tower? It was says it holds thousands of gallons, and another technology as we talked about, and is covered fully in my book as well. Okay, all about vortexing, magnetizing, structuring your water, making magic water. Again, they got like mud hills. You find this from most cities though. There you got the hill. And the city just stops, you know, or starts, excuse me. So I reckon, like, if they dug into that hill, there'd be more of the city. That's what I reckon. So, yeah, she's up and coming. She's up and coming. Mud flooded down there. It's being built in the mud there. Yeah, she's quite big. I love this railway. This is a nice shot. Check this out. You know where, you know, the railway goes up, cable car, whatever it is. Look at these here. So does this building, you know, go this deep when all this mud came in later? I don't know. I love this shot. Nobody around though. Nice. Cincinnati. Oh, look at that one. See what I mean? Look at this. They can't get the riverbank together, but they built that. So annoying. So they say. It's older, obviously. Size of the doors, obviously. Ugh. And again, Tartaria. Oh, this city's fantastic, isn't it? Look at that one. And these, all of it. The cables really kill it, don't they? You just see none of this in San Francisco. No overhead cables, no telegraph poles, nothing. Nothing. On that San Francisco 1906 color footage. Like all this overhead cables. Nothing. And it's messy. Hanging your washing out there next to the things. Hanging out, I suppose. And what's this? What's this? Ugh. Springworks. Oh, you've got electric lighting. That's interesting. Oh, and wires coming down here out of this building. Looks like this building's got electric. Then, guys, look at that. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, it's got all lower bits as a window down there and down there. That's nice. I like that photo as well. And there's this cracking little bridge, probably older. It was, I think the Brooklyn Bridge is old. I think that's a scam. And that gives you a nice perspective of that window. It's nice. I don't know what these are. Yeah, little pictures. But yeah, mud flooded. Really lovely. So yeah, Cincinnati. Lovely city to look at. Let's move on. Ooh. Griffith. Okay, let's move on. Right. Oh, fuck me. I don't know what that is. I just slipped in there. Apollo and Hyacinthio. Yeah, don't look. Look away. Look away. Right. This is basically a Renaissance selfie. And I'm going to show you some evidence later of selfies being taken in World War II with possibly mobile phones. So that's what everyone's doing all day, guys. They're going in and putting funny faces at their iPhones. Damn. And they were doing it in the Renaissance period. They were also getting down and funky. Yeah. I don't know what she's dancing to, but I tell you what. She's got their moves. Yeah. And funky. And Middle Ages funky, yo. Right. I'm really annoyed. You're so close. I can smell you. Yeah, that looks really interesting, Trevor. Yeah, it looks really interesting. You don't really give a shit, do you? No, I am. I'm pretending. No, you're just gaying me up, aren't you? You're really annoying. Can you just go away? No, I really like it. I found it really interesting. I found it really. Yeah, you can see he's getting frustrated by it all, guys. Get away from him, Ginger, weirdness. Oh. Check her. Yes, they live the truth. At last, the truth. Yeah. We've got to get a pair of them glasses, guys. Oh, it's all right. Don't worry. We're all awake anyway. We don't need them. I see them like that anyway. Do you? 888 watching. Sacred. There's the real Venus. Venus with a penis. A biker one. I think that might be the Indian rope trick. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's just a pensioner pole dancer. It's difficult to say. Get them all shapes and sizes these days, whatever. Oh, it's a birthday. She's playing with her headphones. Clap along if you feel happiness is the truth. Okay, it is. Actually, love is the answer. Yeah, love. Power of love. Fuck me. That's what she was really like. That's her. Modeling. Well, obviously, guys, look at the clothes. Oh, don't be unpleasant. She looked all right until she smiled. Really nice person. Stop being unkind. Look at Elizabeth I then. Yeah? Fucking who knew? BBC. Ugh. Yeah. I bet she thought she was really fucking cool doing that, but she looks really stupid doing that. So, James Judy Dench. Now, they never told me in the contract I would look so fucking ridiculous. I'm Judy Dench. I can't look like this. Yeah? I can legally shoplift, you know. Oh, yes, I'm a national treasure. They won't bust me. So I just steal absolutely everything. Yes, I'm a compulsive shoplifter. It goes nicely with my cocaine habit. Yeah. Oh, this costume makes me look so fucking ugly. James Judy Dench, another one of British national treasures. I'm one too. I'm British national treasure. It's just they don't recognise my existence. Good, because I can't fucking stand them. Ooh. Right space. The final frontier. Dun, 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 dun. Bullshit. Bum, 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 bum. Oh my god, I wonder how they did that technology. My Brian won't work. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Could it be that it's just a little video screen looking like a little bubble in front of you? Yeah, it could be, couldn't it? That would be really easy to do. I'm not even that good with tech, but I bet I could fucking pull it off. And water, with all them laptops around, you're fucking going to be dead by tea time. So they said, the ISS is in terrible trouble. Oh, aye. Its robotic arm, okay, has been jammed by some space junk. Oh, yes, space junk floating around in space got jammed in its arm. I know, scary, isn't it? They will all fucking die. Good. So, yeah, they needed a vaccine in space. Okay, they do a lot of exercises. They have spunky looking hair and they hit them up. Okay, get them nano fucking bots in there. Get you magnetic. Yeah, that's it. You jabbed up. You sold your soul. You're Slayton's little bitch. Yeah, get your hand in the fire. Basically. Ooh. So, yeah, water. You've got all these computers or pretending they're doing shit. They're not doing fuck all. And all that water, like splatting around on fat, hair, skin, and all of the other particulars of human body gives off of a month. This place would be the fucking smelliest, stinkingest place you could ever imagine. I used to work in the Merchant Navy. Let me tell you, a fortnight away from the shore, out at sea, right? You look like constantly been in a concentration camp. Yeah, you're all fucked up, smelly, bearded, oily. And these fuckers, anyway, what's he even doing? Stupid shit is what he's doing. So he shows you that CGI ball technique, Smelly Kelly, yeah. Smelly Kelly got busted bad, yeah, by a flat earther on stage. I asked him about space bubbles. So there you go. It's how fucking ridiculous this realm is. Yeah, I know. So there's a man, yeah, in 0G, yeah, because if he is in 0G, oh, it's that fucking twat. Tweets. Then he'd be on Vomit Comet. Nice, nicely done with the harness there. Terry, tell us a lie, tell. Yeah, look, we're in space. We're actually really in space. I'm going to send a nice little smile back to you. We're perfectly safe. Nothing can go wrong. We just wave you out the window. So, yeah, that's real. Any doubts? Space is real now? Fuck no. You know it's fucking real. It's water. Right, all important. If you are watching, 900 of you and 100 odd in, so we're really happy. Loads of people in. The all important flat firms. Yes, double flat firms with bells on, double. So that's quad flat firms with bells on. Okay, flat firms, everybody. Okay, so this is in Australia land. Now it's the fish market in Melbourne. I find it fascinating that it's got like fucking absolutely no road, no infrastructure, no pavement, and you got this looks. At first I thought, whoa, is that the railway station? Because it looks like the railway station in Melbourne, but there's no road, or it might be in the centre of the city, so it's not that. And I found out there was a fish market. And what a bloody beautiful palace! It looks like St Pancras railway station, no? Especially with that tower. So it's a lot of effort just to sell fish, wouldn't you say? Road going in. So they got an elevated road going in, yeah, but they can't put anything outside or infrastructure or pavements or anything. It's out in the middle of fucking nowhere in a big broad street. Don't know, just a bit of plaster work of a skeleton. I say it wrong, and somebody always calls me a skeleton blowing space bubbles. So how long do you reckon bubbles been around, guys? Well, they've been around that long, haven't they? So, and you got a shell as well. So I think they might have been big into bubbles, you know, the Phoenicians. That skeleton definitely is. Now, anomaly. Cliff House burning September 7th, 1907. So it survived the earthquake as a year previous, and it's on stilts, and this giant earthquake never did nothing to it, and it burns a year later. There it is. So you find earlier shots there's a lot more land underneath it, but later shots you see that the Cliff Hotel was really, really famous, and it's an Italian building. Look at all this junk outside as well. It goes up in flames, but you can see, to my mind, it's like, whoa, how did they dig it all? Did they dig it all down here, or did it all come in later? And what? They propped it up here on rock, on stilts. A building of that magnitude, and they put it on stilts. So that must have been like a last-ditch attempt. This building's really, really old. And some of the cliff might have fallen into the sea. You can see bits up there. And then they just shored it up. But that's not what got it. The fire got it. To show you. Fire got it. A year after the earthquake didn't budge it. Yeah. Not even these stilts. Makes no sense. That earthquake would have fucking slid that. Stupid. So this department store in St. Petersburg is fantastic, and this actually does look impressive in the modern day. Some brothers, can't remember their name, it's in Russian, they opened a giant department store, and it was fabulous inside, so ornate. And this is just the woodwork for this department store. Some of the images you see are just breathtaking, they really are. All sorts of produce, considering it's Russia. They got more going on than quality equally then as America and Europe. Which they don't tell us about. Oh, Rhodes Brothers. There you are. Interesting. Doesn't look Russian at all. And another float. Almy. Nick all a good stock. And there it is as well in the modern day in Google Earth. It's very much still there. Covered in statues. Massive chunk of a thing. It still looks quite impressive in the modern day. Quite nice, that. So we have seen it before. Some of the older depictions really make this place look beautiful. Check this out, though, for a department store. Phoenicians, again. And it's Russia. Yeah, that window is absolutely massive, insanely big. And another stroppy image. I think this one was Cleveland, actually. Some of them are. And again, look at this stuff. All mud flooded. Beautiful photographs, these stroppy images. Excuse me. And I don't know where Broughton Street is. Oh, yeah, this was passed to me only yesterday. We'll look at these in a minute of Edinburgh. So look at that bird. No, it's not. It's a flower pretending to be a bird. Isn't that nice? I know. Let's just look at that. 900 of you. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Yes, I know. Doesn't it cleanse your soul? Tweet. So, on the film, the movie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the main character in it, he's affected by some sort of download of consciousness where he has to build Devil's Tower in mashed potato or whatever substance he can. And other people as well, like the Buddhists, were hearing this do 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 do, and they were doing that in chants. So it was a mass consciousness communication. All right, in that film was from aliens, but they could be just extraterrestrials, not from outer space. I wonder if something like that could be going on now, you know, guys, where we're getting like some sort of mass sharing thing. Not saying we're going to start building Devil's Mountain mashed potato, but in a way I am. Does that make sense? Check this out. Middle Earth, like I've said. All the ice wall all around and outside. Vanderhelm, or this one here, Jotunheim. And another couple of continents. And that could be that one that Admiral Byrd talked about. And then other lands outside as well. Would our sun and the moon power them? Probably not. Would you have a dome over the whole of it? Or just this inside bit? And then another dome over that, and another dome over that? Concentric domes. Why does it have to be one dome? So that's interesting. I don't know why they drew it on. It looks like mashed potato. Not them, obviously. Master Mason. Let's pick apart some Masonic clues. So it's the trowel, always to do with architecture, Noah's flood, and in this case, again with the bees. The bees seem to be really important. The bees go, everyone's fucking dead. I know that much. Because they're bottom of the food chain and they pollinate all the plants we eat. Whoa, that's a nice example. Adelaide, guys. See, Adelaide as well. It's just fantastic architecture. Could be anywhere in Christendom, but Greco-Romano again. Out in Adelaide. What year is that? It doesn't say, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's a wankness. COVID-19, Arctic sea ice thinning twice as fast as previously thought, suggested studies. They're doing all sorts of things like that as well. I noticed that they're pouring out with like weirdness about aliens as well. They're doing that quite a bit. So, yeah, this thing here has got hieroglyphics on it and a bit of Sumer. But what split the stone? Heat splits stones. And there's some crazy examples I'll show you now, like that. Is it a seed, giant seed? Well, I can't imagine any geological process where they create, it creates a giant ball which completely splits in the middle. Something made this split. Something's hit it. Heat maybe cracked it up the middle. But it would have been a crack there in the first place for it to go. So what were these things initially? Really interesting there. Now, we've all seen these. They're in the Atacama and you get other deserts as well. So what's the score with the moving stones? Do they sprout little legs and run along? Or are they living stones? Case was solved a few years ago on a documentary I watched on National Geographic, which are not really trusty, where it says that they have a slight covering of frost here in the mornings, and the stones slide on the covering of the frost. Sounds feasible. So they do go walkies. Could frost create that? Could they go sliding on frost, or is there something else going on? Now, I mentioned this in my book concerning electromagnetics, the bugs, birds, bees, birds, gnats. You always see them flying by your front door, maybe on a vortex, because they will always fly where there is electromagnetic points, nodals, electromagnetic nodals. And I think this could be related to these. Maybe it's what the stones are made out of, and they're just like electromagnetically dragging. I don't believe the National Geographic thing, and I can't go out there to prove if these things are floating on ice. And they look a bit deep to be floating on ice, the grooves. Anyway, interesting theory. I don't know. Again, what the hell? Did somebody come along with a big sword? That's a bit like, really, really clean cut, wouldn't you say, guys? What'd you say? Crikey. And with these ancient depictions, you see like the sound and resonance seems to definitely have some sort of relationship with weather. And this is what you're finding here. You got some angel blowing a trumpet, and then all of a sudden, calamity. You got like rain, flood, damage. He looks like he might be a giant. He's filling that building. Again, look. Only in this case, it's fire and little missile things. Fire and brimstone. Again, through sound and vibration. Now, they're not just playing music at it. They're literally showing you that there's some sort of technology which is based on sound and vibration, which can cause melting, which can cause weather. Okay, pretty much sums up that there's outside forces dictating the way that this place is. Again, in a chem cloud, Phoenician, trumpet, doing something with this fiery water. Everyone else is laying dead, by the way. Look. Sinister. And after the reset, they come up, the world that went before it was fantastical. Look at it. Where you can see the Phoenicians, and look at all these trees. Beautiful, this depiction. Love it. I find this fascinating. The thing's been smashed up, but the water points are still active. So what is running now? Is it pumps? What's running this? What's making the water come up? And then water out there as well to fill this this pool. I gather. Statues still around. Again, it's just like people are visiting this place. Really, really nice pictures. And there's the other side. So ladies bathing. So there might be healing properties in this water, you know, guys. That's why they go there. And this rotunda or this temple complex is something to do with it as well. The technology. High Court. Is it? I think it might be. High Court in London. Same another Tatarian building. Yeah, it was High Court. And Trafalgar Square. It's just insane how it hasn't changed. All these buildings are still there. That's still there. That's... I'm not sure if that is. But a spooky little square. It's got built some pentagram and spooky stories behind it, but it's definitely their epicenter of their Babylonian bullshit magic. I know it is. Trafalgar. So mud flooded. Wall Street, I think that is. Sure. Ugh. Blackfriars, nice little corner place that built into the bridge. Look, so that's in London. And London's Westminster Abbey. And check that column up there as well. So that'd be easy to go and just walk up to and take snaps. It's only on the road. And that thing there. Oh, we should go and do a visit, do some photographing. And this place had a race of dog heads in the past. There's dog-headed people, guys. Dog-headed rulers. That is St. Christopher, who was a dog-head. Oh, she's a bit of a dog, isn't she? And you get away with saying it. It wouldn't be rude either. Dog, God in reverse. Again, some sort of holy dudes conversing with a dog head. And they got some funky clothes on, some threads. Some sort of weird religion. I don't know what these are. The cross of the cross of the cross. He seems to be holy because St. Christopher was a dog head as well. So yeah, we lived alongside people or things with dogs' heads. So my son, who is Lawrence Leedcurf, who is Welsh Dragon Metals on YouTube, makes jewellery. And he done these today, and he kindly put it on my lovely, lovely Holy Grail of Great Reset Questions book, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, he makes these earrings. Does little spirals, little vortexes. World population. Oh, this is bullshit. Don't come in the comments and tell me. I know that there's not this many people and it's all based on bullshit, but their official figures of their bullshit says the world population March 2020 was 7 billion 800 million. And today, the 4th of June, which is yesterday, 2021, is gone up by, is that 70 million? Nobody's dying. Everyone's just getting fucking, it's just more and more on their list. It's just bullshit. They're fucking going to do everyone. I know they are. So yeah, this German, yeah, he's taking a selfie here before he goes and, goes in to invade France. And he seems to be on his mobile phone there as well. Can't imagine what else it is. Looks like he's texting a wife. Just going in to invade France. Okay. So I used to do this sort of thing. Little girl having a tea party with a lobster and a hawk in 1938. So, yeah, I had a sister, so we had like a little tea club in my shed at the back. We had a couple of kids like joined in on that club. We had badges and all of that. We had little tea parties for things, but I had snails, so I had like tea with snails and whatever critters I could find in my garden. I wasn't like able to get hold of a lobster or a hawk. Lucky. Beware of useful idiots. Okay, and this was put out a few years ago, and these are useful idiots, and this is what they will do. Those in political control of our nation today. What else have we got? There are 8 levels of control that must be obtained before you are able to create social state. Right, whatever. So healthcare, control of healthcare and control of people. No shit, Sherlock. Poverty, increase poverty level as high as possible. Poor people are easier to control and will not fight back if you give them drugs. Debt, okay, increase the debt and unsustainable level, exactly. Increase taxes, kill everyone with tax, like they've been doing forever. Gun control, number 4. Remove the ability to defend yourselves, so they'll only have the guns and you won't. Welfare, take control of every aspect of their lives, food, housing and income. So that's fucking terrible, and they won't leave anyone alone either. Education, take control of the people, read and listen to, take control. So that is telling you that it's SETA, which it is. It's all just bullshit. And religion, remove the belief in God from government and schools. Class warfare, just different classes of people. That causes opposition as well. Does anyone sound like this is happening in the United States today? Yes, indeed. And this was a few years ago. A list of useful idiots, but that's interesting. Healthcare to control the minds of the people, which they're doing. Oh, yeah. They may be different actors, but it's always the same script. So here we go. Chairman Mao. Very nice. Look, it's young female. We got Stalin. Okay. Yes, my lovely female friend. And a very, very sinister Himmler. And they're eking it out as well and milking that shit because he got a cute fucking kid. Who, his wife, crazy bastard. No, that's the propaganda minister Goebbels. But anyway, I'll kill them all. And I bet you can't stand little girls, can you? Fucking Obama staring her out, and she's like, oh, you know. So yeah, same actors, same old role. Look at this. Looking yonder. Could be a geological freak, or it could be a worn man's face. Looking out. Ooh, finally some good news. Love conquers all. Now, I have been stating this all along. Now, I want to see if I can just read some of this small print a minute. No, it's a bit fuzzy. So, I'm afraid that's the only curves you will see tonight on Flat Earth British. Yes, it's 876. Happy, satisfied people. Love conquers all is actually true as well. So she absolutely... They'll do it in their pants. So, use my bitch. No, he don't look too happy about it, does he? Yeah. So there's Evelyn de Rothschild, yeah, poking Prince Charles, saying, I'm boss, you're my bitch. And Charles like, fucking no. So anyway, Rothschild bullying a royal. And he don't look happy, don't even like him, do he? Fuck me. Charles is massive and he's fucking lot bigger. But anyway, Rothschild. So there you are. I have my jab today. I don't know, it's not funny, is it? I've seen people sticking them all over. It's not just making your arm magnetic, it's making your chest magnetic, so it's like the nanos are already in their bloodstream. It's fucking scary. Right, 666's check. All mocking tongue. So yeah, you got the crew in there in what was called the Hornet, and they're throwing up the 666s. He does it like literally 3 times as well. 666. Pretending that they're decompressing after being on the moon. Bullshit. Yeah. How to use the F word. Okay, I get a lot of trouble about my bad language, but I only do that on my live things because that's me. If doing any business vlogs, you won't hear me swear as much. Okay, I'm mindful. Dismay. Oh, fuck it. Aggression. Fuck you. Passive. Fuck me. Command. Go fuck yourself. Incompetence. He's a fuck up. Laziness. Oh, he's a fuck off. Ignorance. He's a fucking jerk. Trouble. Oh, I guess I'm fucked now. Confusion. What the fuck? Despair. Fucked again. Physiological. Who gives a fuck? Denial. You ain't fucking me. Rebellion. Fuck the world. Annoyance. Don't fuck with me. Encouragement. Keep on fucking. Etiquette. Pass the fucking salt. Fraud. I got fucked by my insurance agents. Difficulty. I can't understand the fucking business. Identification. Who the fuck are you? Ugliness. You're a dumb looking fuck. Agreement. Oh, you're fucking right. Benevolence. Don't do me any fucking favors. Brilliant. So there's a lot of use for the words, fuck. You know, and look how many expressions as well. All of them. It's a masterful word. Oh yeah, look, this is a freaky image. Look at this, right? Days before cars, you've got all of these going, but look, your ceramic things, conductors, all that power. I can't be all for telegraph, can it? Not everyone's fucking connected. Telegraph's to the telegraph office, and not everyone's got telephone. More going on, I think. And there you are. We're finishing on a little naughty image. Don't know what that slipped in there. So anyway, what have I been up to? British. No, I had a hangout this week with Beaks. Okay, who's a Steph Beagle. I'll put this up on a think tank channel because it was a cracking little hangout. I'll come back now and maybe give you a little taste. Lots of time. Soon we'll be coming up to 3 hours. I want to see a few of you guys. 861 of you. Fantastic. Fucking turn up. Thanks so much, guys. Let me just come back for a minute. Okay. There we go. Cool. Yeah, Stuff Beagle. Hippie. A little hang out with him. Beaks, innit? Angela Betts, good to see you. Troot. And Axel's there. Good to see you as well. Oh, sorry, I don't know what that says in Greek. Roofs, rain collectors, not. Sorry, I don't know your name. If I was to hazard a guess, I would say Tanya. No, it's Russian. Love, good to see you, my sweetness. Other worlds, Snowflake Tech, indeed. Got Leroy here as well. What's happening, my brother? Oh, that was a good rip. Space drum, what's happening? Thermometer, antenna, free communication, indeed. Blackpool. I've done Blackpool, I've covered Blackpool, and that anomalous tower in the Wirral, which was bigger than Blackpool Tower. The Wirral Tower, have a look at that. Stafford, that is Fowler's in the house. BT, whatever that says. Satan concentrated around the equator, and the arches are covenants causing the Great Flood. I'm not sure. We may have overthought that. I'm not sure. Deco dude. Good to see you. Jabba's Justice, Carlos Russo as well. He's my friend. Magnets Pass. Denise Anatolia Girl. Oh. Mary Teresa Hugh Sun. Ellie. I got to shout people who wouldn't fucking piss on me if it was on fire. But, you know, whatever. I'm nice like that. Captain Kirk. See? And Jabba Justice. Okay. Tom Stanley. And Georgic. And Benny Riley. Hair went through the roof. Oh, shit, did it? Okay. Phone's got 20, it doesn't. So, Coop, good to see you, sweetness. PE. Right, let me just show you a little bit of B, because I'm not going to show the whole thing, because it's 2 hours long, and that will keep me up to like 2 o'clock, and I'm fucking hanging, I must admit. Avi, good to see you. It's not Russian vids, ask Avi, truth. Unless you are Avi. Don't they know? No, not with that logo. Who is lurking anyway? Because I'm guessing there's not everybody. It's like 985 of you watching here. It says I got 850 on Matlika, 132 on Tatarian, and a few people watching me on Facebook as well. So, talking chat, come and join us. Join the happy throng of happy people. There's Jan, Zevibe, I don't know what that is. Paul's here as well. I'm having a happy durang on. Ooh, good for you. Happy durang on. Don't know what that is. Isabella, good to see you. Jack Sage, coffee it up. OG, other worlds. Okay. Well, let me just show you a bit of Beaks, give you a taste of it, and then we'll watch it together in a day or so. And I've got another interview as well to put up. I forgot all about as well. God, there's so much content. Let me, excuse me, mute my microphone a bit and just listen to a bit of this, okay? I'm trying not to get this copyrighted because you have put music in it, so I'm going to squiz it through a little bit into the video where the music is not, okay? Okay. Beaks, Stuffed Beagle, and Flat Earth British a week or so ago talking about all of this. Brilliant little presentation, loads of pictures, very juicy.
Really enjoy. So enough of me running my mouth so you can listen to us run our mouth now. And enjoy. It's Biggs. The only thing I've come up with is a theory that I haven't expanded on. I haven't done a video on it, but I'm collecting for a video for it. Is a theory about the 8-point asterisk. Have you caught on to that yet?
Say it again.
An 8-point asterisk. Okay, there's a I don't know what to call it, so I call it the 8-point asterisk. And what is if you search 8-point asterisk or eight-spoked wheel, okay,
All
comes
right.
up with this symbol, okay, and my studies of North America, mainly in America, I keep across this phenomena of this detail in the construction, in the architecture, has an 8-point asterisk. It's everywhere. I mean, freaking everywhere.
Well,
And
you can answer. You can get that answered. I can answer that for you.
well, I think it's a symbol for flat Earth.
Well,
That's
if
my
you,
theory.
I actually included. I actually included that in my book, my last book, and I've actually got a diagram of the eight-spoked Indian wheel. I've got a depiction of it in the book, and it is all explained. It's all explained in there, what it is and why it is all over antiquity.
And is it mainly in? It seems like it's mainly in me, or is it all over the world?
It is in everything. It is the Maltese cross. It is the cross. It is which all fold into a square. So it's the square. It is called the Four Angels. If you read my book, it'll explain it. This place electromagnetically, right, is a 10 vortex system. 8 of the vortexes are around the edge, 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's the 8 spokes. The final 2, to make it a 10 vortex system, are in the center, the axis Mundi, which is why they put axis in the name of this Indian wheel. So it's just a representation of the electromagnetic model of our flat Earth, is what it is.
So you
and I offered hundreds and hundreds of proofs in the book so that it can't really be debunked or argued with, because it shows you beyond the shadow of a doubt this is indeed the case.
Oh, cool, because
I'd love for someone to try. It's not going to be possible.
People seem to theories correct, but how do you prove it? Then
I did a series. What I did is I did a series called The Greatest Secret Never Told.
Yeah.
Where I offered visual, because each image speaks 1,000 words. So I offered visual, documentational, which is better than any sort of evidence that is available anywhere on Earth. And then I offered about maybe 1,000 images just to punch this point home in a 5.5 hour synopsis that is available out there. Something like 100,000 people watched the series. This was like back in 2018, and it was the basis for my first book, The Holy Grail of our Flat Earth, which is just taken out of antiquity, that they've been telling us all along the true shape of the Earth, or the electromagnetic model, at least. But they do tell us that it is It is a 10 vortex system.
The horizontal bar, I see it as the flat plane.
Mm.
And the vertical bar, I see it as north and south.
Mhm.
And X as a representation of the torus.
Indeed.
Does that sound correct to you, or are
Yep.
you thinking it's more looking down at it?
No, it is
Or is
laying
it both?
down, and it is the vortex around it, as you say, in the shape of an apple, as you say. And you can look at it down like that. You know, another interpretation of looking down on the electromagnetic mole is the manji, which is the swastika, which is what it represents. And
Right.
you know, there's a few other things in antiquity that represent that looking down aspect. If you watch like Dan Winters, he does an experiment when he shows you, and we've overlaid it on an azimuthal equidistant map, and he shows you exactly a manji, looking down from a North Pole perspective. Yeah, it's the inertia plane. It is the inertia plane, which is below our feet, is any representation of a disc or a wheel as well. And the spokes, they represent the four angels, which are the vortexes, which are north and south magnets, which electromagnetically attract the sun and the moon and dictate their paths, and then repel them, driving them onwards. You know, there's experiments out there that show you this sort of technology. They do it in the lab, where they can just propel an object around a table just by electromagnetic repulsion and attraction without touching it at all. This is a type of free energy, if you like, using magnets. So the sun and the moon work on the same way as well. You know, they're just not just thrown in the mix. Something is indeed driving them. So, which is electromagnetics. See? The bottom line there, you've got screen share, chat, react.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so if you
Oh,
just
okay.
click screen share, then click whatever page you want up on your browser, and
Okay.
then it'll just show. It'll just
Okay.
show.
Okay. I'm learning. This is
Oh, it's not difficult. It comes
oh,
over years of it. You know, I've been doing this 6 years. I tell you what, in the beginning, I was absolutely horrendous. It took me absolutely years to nail a microphone. I'd have some of the biggest guests on the internet, and I would have the fucking shittiest microphone you can imagine.
well, I
You
got a
know,
$10 Walmart microphone I'm talking through.
I only
I'm a
sorted
cheap
this one
bastard.
out the other day. I've been crummy lately with my mic. I can't really sort it out. I'll show you now. I'll share screen and I'll show you something now. Let me just get rid of my my Facebook so nobody's messages pops up or anything, and I'll just give you an idea. So just share screen, and then it'll just. So I seen a massive sundog today. Very unusual. Right, can you see that if it come up? Hang on.
Yes.
There you go. So this was the day, me chilling over the field, and when I woke up, it was a beautiful blue sky. And then he came in with these like really heavy chemtrailers doing streaks across the sky. By about 3 o'clock, this happened. Really weird, really,
That is
really
weird.
eerie feeling with it. It was like, you know, in an eclipse when you get that cold, shadowy feeling. Yeah,
Yeah.
like in eclipse. That's what you had with that. It was like my legs are really cold. I gotta get going. This is like, and this is May. You know, it's just crazy. So yeah, they created that. They made that happen. They're just lensing the sun, aren't they? Maybe they're just obscuring, hiding a secondary sun. Check this out. I know we'll get you copyrighted,
Strange.
but I want to show you something. Right? It is public domain because I have checked. Right. London, 1946, after the war. Right. So
Wow.
yeah, this is across the road from the Houses of Parliament. So that's the look. Oh, I knew my Facebook stuff would come out. This is the
Right. Yeah. I
location
see. Yeah. Big Ben's
of,
on the right. Right.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
the location of St. Thomas's Hospital now. So this would be the original St. Thomas's Hospital, and it is just look at it, and they're taking it down now. It's had a hit or something. It's no longer there. The middle bit might have been exploded. I don't know. But they show you later on, right, some of the bomb damage. So the troops come home, bit of the Docklands, bit of Piccadilly Circus, not much going on. And nobody, not one person is buying
Wow.
anything, right? Yeah, everyone's going somewhere.
What's the
But no,
video called?
London 1946 HD, colorized by AIA, it says, though. But it is
Okay.
absolutely fantastic. So you got Trafalgar Square, and the dark ones. I just want to get onto some of the blitz a minute, just to show you. Look at that in the background. That's Eros in there in that statue, the statue of Eros in Piccadilly Circus in the modern day. So they just put all that shit over it to protect it, and all of that's just wrecked as well. This is unusual. You're right. After the bomb damage, see that church there?
Yeah.
If you ever see William Hogarth's depictions, that's the church you see in the background in the 1700s. So yeah, it's bomb damage, right? But they're showing you like how deep it all goes, and it's like not one level down. I mean, it's 2 levels down. This is unusual. So like 2 years of the war have gone by, maybe, since this bit been blitzed beyond the Tower of London. It's grassed over, right? And check all these big chunks of Greco-Romano architecture. Look at that building just left out in a muddy field. This is the center of the busiest city on earth. It's just like, what?
Wow.
Yeah, from the war. And there's ones further on, and like I say, I think I might have missed them. They go 2 levels down. They go 2 levels down. It's just the craziest thing. I thought that was quite trippy.
Have you run into the viaduct phenomena?
Have to be more specific.
Well, I did a video on Cleveland, Ohio, and also did research on Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
And in the process, I realized that the entire cities are raised via viaducts, not aqueducts, viaducts. And if you don't know what a viaduct is, it's where they
it's
like a platform.
water system. Yeah.
No, it's not a water system. A viaduct is a platform. So what they
did
did was they
carrying water.
No. An aqueduct carries water. A
Oh.
viaduct is a raised platform.
So what does that carry?
Roads.
Right.
Okay, imagine you have a city, right? And they want to raise the level of the city to one level. Well, what they do is they build roads over. Basically it's a bridge over the road, and then they add the roads and the sidewalks. They added subways into them. But if you look into Atlanta, Georgia, and Cleveland, Ohio, the downtown areas are raised via viaducts. I'm talking about the whole damn city.
No, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, and there's places that you can see on Google Earth even where Atlanta is raised 4 stories. Yeah. So viaducts is something I think people need to check into. And I know there's got to be more cities that are like that. I just hadn't found them.
I know Chicago got raised, and I know
they did, yes.
Seattle, as you said, and I can't even think. My brain's completely gone. Sorry. It's late. I just can't even explain. My brain is just not working, yo. Plenty to show.
Chicago is definitely was definitely raised. I mean, they gave people a choice of either raise your building home or be demolished. That was your choice. And so they raised Chicago. And a lot of people say, well, Chicago is not mud flooded. It absolutely is mud flooded. They raised it.
Yeah.
So, and then you got Seattle and LA where they sluiced it and they washed the mud away. So you have that phenomenon too.
Yeah, can't find that. So yeah, let me stop sharing a minute. Stop sharing. Oh yeah, I knew I wouldn't be up to much. I did try. Sorry, brother.
That's okay.
A long one. It's been a long one. My brain's not even working. It's not up to anything really. I'm just like can't even.
Yeah, I'm kind of burned out today too.
Yeah. Today went like that though. Again, I mean, I'm sick of this happening. You know, I got up early as well, and it's just like I tried to achieve what I can in a day. You know, to win the day, and then it's just gone. The day's gone. It's like, hang on a minute. Wow.
Yeah.
Every day's exactly the same. Just can't keep up with it. Just do my head in.
Time is just speeding up so fast. I mean, you can't even keep up with it. I don't care to watch. I don't watch a watch because it's
no, I don't. I'm not a watcher of time either. You know, I've never been neurotic about the time. You're not the type, but there's no doubt in my mind. You know, years ago, like I remember summer days lasting like an eternity. Summer nights lasting like forever. Just that's just the one day, you know. And now it's just gone. I was just putting it down to my age, like, you know, because they say when you get a bit older, you know, time sort of speeds up. But like everyone is sharing the same experience, they're saying the same to me. It's like,
Yeah.
what's happening with these days? I just can't seem to, but you know, it's gone before I've achieved anything.
You set all these goals for yourself and you get through the day and it's like you got one little thing done. You're like, wait a minute, this ain't right.
Well, I won't let that happen. If that happens, I just stay up until it's done and just stays up through the night and just make sure everything's done. But yeah, the days just, that's what I mean. I can't, how would I watch videos? Where would I have time?
I know, and there's
I'd
so
have to
many
give
I'd
up my
love
life to
watch.
watch YouTube videos and not making them is what I'd have to do to be able to watch them.
Yes, yes. Now, there are a few that I will stop and watch, like Conspiracy RS. He does phenomenal work. So I'll sit there and watch his stuff. But he 30-minute videos. You're good to go. I mean, not a whole lot.
I don't watch too many mud flood people. You know, I just overview, like I say, because basically I've been talking about it since 2016.
Yeah.
And
You
just
get burned out on the same old thing.
well, no, I chop and change, but I do like to talk about other things, you know. But that's, you know, I'm more than just, you know, people are, you know, sort of, you know, attribute me to like to Tarrier and mud flood and, you know, flat earth and everything. But it's just like,
well, I know there's a lot of
I set out for like consciousness and to save humanity. That was just an ends to the means, you know, to the truths there. You know, history's all a lie. They do repeat history. And I'm sorry, like, but they've been telling us all along. The terrifying truth is they wipe every fucker out of this place and they start over again. And like, we don't mean nothing to them. They're just psychopaths. So you better get with the program because that's the way it is in this place, you know, and everything that they present to us is controlled and a lie, you know, with no proof. If you give any of it, a critical thought, it all falls apart. All of it, from evolution, dinosaurs, nukes, like you mentioned earlier with the jet fuel. That's a definite, right? When I was a kid, if a jet went over, it screamed the neighborhood out. I mean, it was deafening roar from any jet high up. You know, even if, you know, at 38,000 feet or something, they would be roaring. And now you can hardly hear anything. Quiet. Yeah, because it's I
live near Fort Bragg in Carolina, and every day I have the C-130s coming in over my house, and number one, they're very quiet, and number two, they look like they're floating, like they're levitating.
How can them things that big just sort of hang in the air going that slow though? Come on.
It's a monster.
It's just, why does it just fall
Yeah.
I know, especially with Hercules, it does me in. I'm just like, how, because they're so phenomenally big, aren't they? It's just like, how can he just stay there? And they don't seem quick enough to give him lift, do they? You know, they just like seem to be, you know, just go in.
Well, it's a bee levitating is what it is. They figured out how to levitate, and they use the what is the HHO gas? What's the gas they use?
I don't know, but I know what you're saying. I think it's
where they create the pressurized air.
The static.
Yeah,
and once they're there,
and then the pressurized air is flammable.
Exactly.
And it turns into a gas. I mean, it makes sense.
So much sense. And if they're not doing it, why aren't they doing it?
Yeah. And you know, if you look at this, is what killed me. I think what really got me going was when I saw a picture of how many swimming pools it takes to fill up a 747, and it's sitting on the wings. And I know how much water that is in a pool.
I'm telling you. Somebody said to me the other day, though, no, he wouldn't have it. He was saying, oh, I know, I was in an airport and I was on the flat bit, you know, and I watched them pour in all in thousands of litres to that plane. Like, I don't reckon you can get 80,000 litres in them wings, and that's deadly. You know, why stick them on the wings, in the skinny wings anyway? Wouldn't that just, like, you know, I'm like not into, like, you know, aerodynamics or anything, but in my mind, that seems like, you know, that's just,
how can the wing hold that much weight?
I don't know.
It's impossible.
It makes no sense.
I mean, when you think about it, you got to be a pure dumbass to believe it.
Look, it could be just dribbling out enough fuel to give them enough to get the lift, like we say, right? And the clock could just be going like that, couldn't it? Yeah, it's easy to do clocking, you know, and change the speeds. So they could just be clocking them. I
don't even think they use a drop of jet fuel, to tell you the truth, because they come in with the start cart. Have you seen that where they hook it up
Yes.
to little?
I watched it. Yeah, I think it's a thing, you know.
They get it hooked, or they get it going with a small air compressor,
Yeah.
and that gets the little one going, and the little one turns the big ones, and then that gets going. And once they get up to a certain amount of pressure, they fire that sucker up,
Yes.
and out shoots the gas and the flame, and there you go. You've got your and that's another thing is how can you stand behind that thing and not get burned up?
I seen that video. The guy just there. It was just like he wouldn't be dead. It's just not possible. Yeah, I know.
Impossible.
I know.
Now here, I'll give you my little flat Earth proofs. Now that you're probably gonna laugh at me because I'm not a flat Earth prover, dude.
Come on. I've viewed them all.
Okay, I've got two that really got me. Number one is if how fast is the Earth spinning? About 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, well, they say just over at the equator.
Okay, well let's say that
1042, but it is, you know, variable.
Imagine I'm talking like you're a glober. Okay, I'm gonna pretend you're a glober, and I'm gonna tell you. Okay, you tell me how fast the Earth is going. You say 1,000 miles an hour, whatever. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It could be a billion miles an hour. I don't care. But you know that sucker's spinning like a son of a bitch, right? You know this. Now, and I think everybody knows this. But let's say 1,000 miles an hour. Now, if you take a drone and you launch that sucker straight up in the air and you put it on hover and you point it at a building, okay, that's facing, you're going to face, let's say, north, okay, and you're traveling, you know, what, west?
Yeah, it's supposed to be going in an easterly direction.
Okay, we're traveling east, right? So if you hover for 1 hour and then you come down, where do you land? And they'll say, well, right where you took off. Okay, how's that possible?
Exactly.
It's not.
Well, they'll just say their excuse is Coriolis effect or Coriolis force.
That's just
so they've
bullshit.
invented a sticky velcro-y substance in the atmosphere,
Right.
which sticks absolutely everything, including aeroplanes and ships and everything else, and all of the insects flying around, right, into this viscous stuff, which turns with the globe, right?
Okay.
It's just
if you take that same theory though, and you're saying let's say they're saying there's that viscous material, right, holding it. Well, what about a guy that's sitting on the ground filming a helicopter, and the helicopter's sitting there for 30 minutes in a stationary position? He's moving, right? It's not possible.
It's not possible. Look, if you was watching, like, they call a sunset, but we call a sun moving away because we can see the perspective. We know what's going on. But it's supposed to be happening, like, at the speed of sound. Do you really feel like you're falling away? Because you're supposed to be falling away. You know, this ball's supposed to be spinning. You're really falling away, like, you know, speed of sound. Yeah, it's just, I get, like, a bit like dodgy stomach on a lift, on an elevator, yeah? I'm like,
Okay, yeah.
And I get a little bit sick on coaches as well. I'm terrible at sea. And so, like, if we were moving, you know, respectively, I'm in the UK, so it's supposed to be around 620 mile an hour spinning here at the moment, right? It's just, you know, to me, it's pretty obvious. It's all really stupid and really foolish. And to me, it's a joke, and they get everyone to believe just about anything with no proof whatsoever. You know, it's true. If you had a helicopter and you hovered above you for, like, you know, maybe 2-3 hours, New York should safely arrive below us in no time at all.
Like that.
Apparently. Yeah. So
that's a good, that brings up my second point. My second proof is that if you take a flight from the East Coast, let's say New York to LA, it takes a certain amount of time, right? And then when you fly from LA to New York, it takes a certain amount of time, right? Yes. Now, with the jet stream and things like that, it might take a little or less going one way or the other, right?
Really quick.
But would you say it takes about 4 hours to get from New York to LA? I've flown it before, and I know it does take about 3 to 4 hours, something like that.
Well, it'd be a lot quicker going east to west, but their excuse for that, again, which is partly true, is the Gulf Stream or any prevailing jet
that
streams.
Fast. I mean, if we're doing
not that
600 miles an hour,
they alter it. Well, what about from north to south then? That's more of a ridiculous notion. So imagine you just took off in Anchorage, okay, in Alaska, in a jet. flying south. Yeah. So, you know, you're obviously, you know, your plane's flat. They're all sitting there quite merrily. And then apparently, you know, it's going to go around the ball and then you'll land in, say, Patagonia, just for argument's sake. And you're completely upside down. You haven't noticed shit. Yeah. Okay. This is just like, you have a think about what you're saying. You know, it's just, look, it's simple, right? They just say
Ridiculous.
they're doing all this ridiculous stuff with their money and going to Mars and everything. Easy. All you gotta do is just fly some cameras out to this said moon, yeah, operational cameras which can point back at Earth and show us exactly where we're living. In fact, then it could mag up. Maybe they could just like hijack or use their Hubble telescope, magging on the streets of New Zealand or Australia, and people walking around, ships, super tankers hanging upside down would be really, really nice. Or any of this stuff. Or maybe they could show us the Nile River, you know, and it's miraculous.
How about a true photograph of the Earth?
Yeah,
I'm still waiting on seeing a real photograph of the Earth instead of a CGI picture.
They haven't got any. They admit they've only got one anyway, and they'll tell you that is the late Apollo shot, yeah, and that is it. And all other images are CGI, and they will tell you, and they only say one's real, and it's all obscured. There's nowhere like, because this ball is so small and the continents are all pervasive and you can see them. It's like, okay, then, so where's the North Pole and where's Antarctica? And on the back, you know, it's just, it's obviously stupidly fake.
There's a place here near me called a city called Durham, North Carolina, and they have a science museum, and they have an exact full-size replica of the lunar lander module. And I remember when I was a little boy seeing that quite a few times and wondering how the hell a man in a suit could fit through that. And,
it's ridiculous. I've seen it. I know. I went to the Space Museum, Space Center in Britain. They say it's a couple of millimeters, you know, of like silver foil, kitchen foil.
Yeah, that's the casing for it. Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah, just but I've posted, like, I did like it's one of my best viewing videos. Like, it's, you know, NASA of 100% busted, and it's basically showing from outside the limb. Yeah. Just all like bolts missing, and just like only every other bolt done up, you know, in the most expensive mission ever, and chinks of light shining through from inside. Yeah, chinks of light shining through. So, you know, this is just not happening. None of it is happening. It's just that is, to me, if anyone believes that man walked on the moon, that is unfathomable stupidity to my mind. Yeah, it's just, why would you even trust
the whole thing
to say? It's just pathetic. It's really,
I mean, that was I didn't wake up to that part until around 2017, so I'm very new to this. And I was awake from 2008. You know, so
I never ever bought it. You know, I was old enough to watch these things anyway. You know, I missed the first landings, but by the time I was about 5 or 6, the later Apollo 18, so 1972 to 73, and it was all over the television in color, HD, you know, and we had a color telly at the time, and I was like that, transfixed, you know, just like, is there anything else on though? Because this is like boring. I switch over, and even as a small child, you know, I was like, this is just Space 1999. This is just like, I don't think this is happening, and I've never ever bought it. I've stared at the moon, and instantly my consciousness will tell me, no fucking way, no way.
You know, that sucks, because I have all my life up until, like I said, recently, I have believed
control mechanism.
I didn't believe that we went to the moon. I woke up to that in 2008, but I did believe in space, and I did believe that there were stars and all that stuff. I did believe that. I mean, even being awake, I didn't know.
I used to pride myself on how much I knew about astrophysics and space stuff. I thought, like, yeah, I'm a real geek. I defy anyone to tell me anything about any of this now. You know, that's what I was
study
like. That's why all flat earthers are. All flat earthers, if all flat earthers were NASA fanboys at some stage watching all of this and having doubts, yeah, because I would like that when them first images from Earth from space turned up on my computer. I was like, oh, these are fab. So all of those city lights, well, then I haven't seen them before. How come they don't show up in any of the other images? Oh, all right then. So they're just coming up now. All right then. And I just knew, like, you know, and I had doubts. This was about 2 years, 3 years before I first heard about flat Earth. I was like, and I would sit and watch them like that, you know.
Were you like when you heard flat Earth the first time? I mean, were you like I was like, yeah, bullshit, but you looked into it, or
no, I'll
it
tell
kind
you
of
what
put
happened.
you off?
I was listening to Coast to Coast daily.
Oh, I used to listen to that too. Oh,
Yeah, so it'd be a bit of George Snorri,
yes.
John B. Mills.
Oh
Yeah,
man, every
back in
night.
the day. Yeah. So I would that would be every day for me, like, you know, 2-3 hours of Coast to Coast. You know, I was
Every
even
day. Every
subscribed,
night.
like every night. Yeah. So I was looking for a specific episode with Whitley Strieber that I want to listen to and pick up. I remember I was looking for it, and then Flat Earth shows up, and I'm like, that's interesting. No, I think I'll leave that for now. And I reckon that I ignored it in my recommendations for must have been about a month.
Yeah.
About a month. And I would look at it, and honestly, I didn't think this is like I didn't think, oh, this is stupid, but I thought like, oh, that's because I like look at anything, you know. I thought, well, that's interesting, but that's about it. I didn't think any more, and in the end, I just like, fucking hell, what is this? Let's have a look. And it was Mark Sargent's video, The Clues. So I sit there and I patiently listened through them, and I turned my computer off and I went, uh-oh. And then I watched a few more, and then it was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And then I spent about 6 weeks cramming everything that was available. So it would be like My Perspective, you know, Rory, people like that. There wasn't that many people out doing it at that stage, you know, God. There was like a dozen good ones, you know, Flatwater, people like that. But nothing
Heard of
in the
that.
way of
Yeah.
nothing really in the way of experiments at that stage. But it was like all of the, you know, the anomalies with, hang on a minute, they can't show us a picture of Earth. You know, they can't get high enough, guys. Hello.
Basic shit that you think is
Basic
real is just
shit
a
you
joke.
overlook. And then there's obviously you know, the fact that water always keeps its own level, and no matter how high up you go, well, if you've never on a plane, the horizon will always come up to eye level. Yeah.
Oh, and think about that. How when the pilots would always have to be pulling the wheel up.
No,
and they don't.
They would have to drop away 15 degrees if they were going south. Yeah.
Every so many
They do not do it. They do not
minutes
do it.
or seconds
Or
something.
they would fly off into space. Yeah.
Right.
If the Earth was a curve. If the Earth was a curve. But I could show you on that video last week of Level, they must have showed you 6 different pilots that have been interviewed, and they're saying, so is it flat? You see a curve? And they're like, no, it's flat. Admitting it. You know, if they do perceive, if anyone perceives any sort of curvature whatsoever, it's because it's our circular perspective, domed atmospheric perspective. So we only see a circle around us 360 degrees, and that 360 degrees is a circular effect. It's our personal atmospheric dome. But that is not that or that. Which is supposed to be, because it's what people are forgetting, right? Is
your mind fills it in too.
What about this trippiness? You're always supposed to be on the top of the ball. So everything will be dropping away from you, from where you're standing right now. You're on top of that ball. And everything is dropping away that way and that way.
Right.
Yeah. But none of this is experienced in our consciousness or in our reality. None of it. Yeah.
Have you seen the video with the people that are up in Alaska, and they do the trick with the magnetics where they've got a man and a woman standing opposite each other, and she looks higher than him all of a sudden, and then they switch places and he looks higher than her.
But I know exactly what you're on about. Yeah, I've seen a few of these electromagnetic anomalies. There's a few in America I've seen. There's one in Scotland as well. That you can drive up the hill. You can like literally.
Right. Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
Pulls the car up the hill. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's several places in America that does that.
Yeah. If you take it out of gear and you take the handbrake off, you don't roll downhill, you roll uphill.
I don't know why that is. Well, I tell you that a little bit of a different subject, but the way I woke up was I used to drink a lot. Okay. That was my thing. That was my drug. I love to drink.
Fair
and
enough.
I was drinking my beer, and I was watching. I had satellite, and I'm sitting there with my girlfriend, and uh, you know how you get to the point you've watched everything on TV, so you start watching things you normally wouldn't watch because you're so bored.
Sure.
That's where I was at, and I had 90 channels of nothing, and I had that thing where you record videos, or record shows, and then
Yeah,
it
I know
pops
that.
up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did that, and I hit record on a History Channel video because I like history, and it at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm sitting there drinking, minding my own damn business, and this video pops up about 2012, and I'm like, "What the hell's this?" Oh, that's something I recorded. Let me watch it. So we sit there and watch it. And we got done with that thing, and I'm like, I looked at her, I'm like, what the hell was that? And I jumped over the couch and I went and got on a computer, and I spent the next 2 weeks awakening because I had never heard of that. And I thought there's no way this could be true, or there's no way. This sounds so stupid, yet it sounds like something I could prove. I'm going to go prove this because I thought I was a smart ass.
Was the video called 2012? Was it?
I think it's called, I've got it on DVD. I think it's called 2012 Armageddon, something like that.
If it's a really, really famous one came around the time, I think I did watch that. It does ring a
Very
bell. It was like a
famous,
very
yes.
well produced movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was it was well done, and it really went into the Mayan calendar, things like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it
I
really
remember
hooked
that.
me. But I've read over 40 books on the Mayan calendar. That's one thing I went into deep study on, that and the precession of equinox. Now I have from really early on realized that 2012 was bullshit, that there was something wrong with the timeline. Of course, now I know why, but at the time I knew something was wrong with the timeline, and I knew that 2012 wasn't the end of the world. I realized that very early on from studying the Mayan calendar.
Mm.
And I realized that also that it's extremely important to study it because there's a lot of wisdom going on there, and they're telling us a lot of things.
Mm.
And you can learn a lot of things and lessons from the study of 2012. But see, after 2012, everybody put it away like it was nothing, like, oh, that didn't happen. That was bullshit. It wasn't bullshit. It was the people
It can't
that
be
were showing
anyway.
it was bullshit.
If you think about it, I don't think it can be, because basically you're going on the Phoenician calendar, and I think there's been an added 1,000 years plus.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. The
So,
timeline is not right, but it was the what they did with the calendar, how they had it figured out like a clock, that if a certain, when it got to a certain point on the calendar, it was like certain things could happen.
Mhm.
And they had this thing figured out. I mean, they were talking about the Pleiades, the how many stars were in the Pleiades star system.
I can
1,000
see
years
about
before they had
8,
telescopes.
11. How many?
But they knew that 1,000 years before they had telescopes. So
Yeah, because you're going to
how
see
did they
one
know?
when you look up, really, can you?
On a good night, you might see 7, maybe.
Yeah, well,
5.
not with my eyesight, but with my
Not,
camera, I have seen about 7. I think I've
yeah,
seen about
and
7.
that, you're probably right. But I mean, the point is that you can't see what they said was there.
Mm.
It's impossible.
No,
And
I get
so,
that.
how did they know that?
Mm.
They knew something. They were a lot more
Advanced.
Their
Yeah.
language has, well, not the Mayans, but the Aztec language has words with 100 characters. One
Mm.
word.
Mm.
I mean, what kind of knowledge did they have?
Look at their pyramids and the canals of Mercury. What do you think they were up to?
Oh yeah, Mercury's key, big
You
time.
know, this is a big, major advanced civilization, and it's not long ago. The Aztecs had folded up like 1600s. No coinky dink.
The
When there was a
Aztecs weren't
reset.
even that important. It's the
Till
Mayans and the
now.
ones before them.
Mm.
Okay,
The Olmecs as well. There's the
Olmecs,
Aztecs,
yeah.
Olmec.
I have a theory on the Olmecs that I'll shoot to you, and you can shoot it down or whatever. Maybe you know about this. Okay, there's a channel that I don't know if you're aware of it. A gentleman named Dane Calloway. Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
Okay, have you looked in his research?
I don't know. Well, like I told you, I don't really watch anybody's stuff.
Okay, I'll give you a nutshell of what he's talking about. He is not a mud flutter. Okay, and I have tried to reach out to him, and he has not come back. But his research is showing that the slaves in America were not slaves as we know them, that they were indentured servants. Basically, they were prisoners of war that were taken in and were here in America when we arrived, and they were put into a prisoner situation and signed into indentured servitude where they could earn their freedom. And then there was a cover up to say that they were slaves and they came
I
from
ain't buying
Africa.
any of that.
I think you might want to look into a little more.
I don't think so. I think it's something completely different going on, especially
Okay,
with
what
like.
do you think?
Well, all right then. If you take a coloured person, a black person,
Okay.
and you take them to a cold country, they heat up. They automatically heat up. Okay.
Okay.
So they're more inclined to actually, practically wise, they would be better off in a cold environment. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. Being
Okay.
black doesn't necessarily, because if it was the sun that dictated the melanin and to be black, then we would all be black, wouldn't we? Because we all have baking hot summers, etc. So
okay.
that is not the case. So I'm thinking, again, with like the resets and bringing different populations in, these could be like, in my mind, Tartaria, the original Tartaria, these fairly dark people,
Okay.
and the origins were further north. So, probably colder climates altogether.
Okay, I'll tell you what my.
So you
my
got to do the
thinking
opposite.
is
They're
on that.
telling you the whole of humanity came from the savannas of Africa, to 13, 20,000 years ago, and we all rose up and we spread out into civilization. This is what, so I think they're just like, it's going to be, if that's the official narrative, there's got to be completely the opposite way, hasn't it? They probably come maybe from a cold place, yeah.
Maybe,
But,
maybe.
concerning the slaves and stuff, that's not actually true. I don't think, the
Have
whole
you heard of Mansu
narrative.
Mansu?
I think it's a narrative put in to keep people hating one another, is what I think.
Have
Like
you
a
heard of
dialectic.
Mansu Mansu?
Say that again.
Have you heard of Mansu Mansu? I might not be pronouncing it right. He was an African king. He was the richest man in history.
I'm not sure.
Right, well, pick it up there next time. Okay, I'm going to post that on the Flat Earth British Think Tank channel this week. That's an hour or so of 50 minutes taster. It's 3 hours long, guys. I've been going 3 hours now, and I was absolutely knackered to begin with. So please forgive me. Holy Grail, great reset. Nearly all the stuff we just talked about, me and Biggs, like the Almex just now, it's all in there. Everything you can think of in this subject that we've been covering for years now is all in there. Okay, guys, so the links are in the descriptions box. Thanks to everybody on Facebook. Thanks to everybody, and it's good to have the Celtic Tartarian channel back. I will be doing more stuff and getting more videos on there, and multi-streams as well to get some content on there, because it's wasted. If you haven't been on the Celtic Tartarian channel, check it out. There's 1,000 videos and hundreds, thousands and thousands of links to. It's a really good resource, is what it is. So yeah, bookage. So that's absolutely fantastic. I'll be getting some more copies. Keep an eye, and I will tell you when I guess do some sort of competition. And I've been talking about, and ooh, that's a bunny rabbit on my foot. That's so soft. Hello. Antiquitec. And could it be reactivated? And if it was reactivated, what would it do to the realm? Or what would it do to us? Well, I'm guessing when free energy and the golden era is returned to us, we'll have a good chance to find that out, won't we? Yeah, worth a shot. Anyway, I'm going to be going soon. Let me give a few of you shouts. That site is fantastic.
whole holistic media. Did you just play Hang Massive? Just a coincidence. Thank you. All right. I'm not actually sure about anything right now. King Sneagle. Martin, next book, Holy Grail. Where the hell are you now? Now. How the hell did we get you? No, the next title is going to be questions. Probably not reset, obviously. No, it's too long. But I get it. It's got to be something like, you know, not generic, but clever. But not generic. I don't do generic. Hippie Shake. Canadummy. Mike say. Dave and Brian's there. And I would like to say, thanks, guys. Thanks, the epic fucking keeping me grounded, keeping me together, being there, keeping it all sane, keeping it all fucking real with all of the insanity that's going on around us. That been good. You're also in a Totarian. Thanks for doing that, my brother. So super grateful to the Flat Earth community, Flat Earth British think tank community. It's a fucking fantastic thing. So much love and appreciation for you all. So I got to get out of here. I'm absolutely hanging. Tommy Rogers, my brother, and you got your channel back after all this time. Just me. I love. I wish I could say your name. You could tell me in English. Curious Squirrel. Thank you. I'm looking forward to your book delivery. They don't take long on Amazon. Some places a little bit longer, like if you're in New Zealand, for example, or somewhere far away. I think Hippie Shake said she was waiting on hers, but other people, I just took 2 days on Amazon. It was just there. People who ordered it when I went live 3 days ago, I had it Thursday. I had the book Thursday. It took like a day and a half. It's Amazon, isn't it? And they don't run out, by the way. Somebody said that they said it sold out. It ain't sold out. That is not possible. Elise, good to see you. Daniel, because they got loads of them. And I guess they just print more up if they need them. I guess. I don't know. Mary Ann Knox, good to see you. I don't believe in evolution. One, you can't really, because there's not actually any species that change from one species to another. Can you name me one? You know, like from a goat to a frog. You know, from one species to another. No, it just doesn't exist. All they got is a stickleback fish in a loch in Scotland and changed to a stickleback fish. So it didn't actually change into another species. It changed into another fucking fish. Stupid. They are stupid. Martha? I'm surprised they didn't blag the missing link and say, oh, look what we found. It must be the missing link. And it's all made of plaster in Paris and stuff. Adam Cook, good to see you. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And let me just show you one last time in case you didn't know. And I got a couple more things I want to show to you before I shoot off, which is, we'll watch the rest of that. I'll link it up below if you want to just check it out yourself. I will upload that. I would like it on my channel. If you want healing, CBD it up with my friend Jilly. She just I read a comment out, guys. She's my friend. She's in chat now. Okay, Jilly does proper CBD products, really clean, good stuff, and it's really good stuff. So that link is always in my descriptions box if you ever want that. And this is, if you can't get through on the other Amazon link, there's this link as well below. Okay, it says coming soon, but it's actually out now from June 1st. And there it is on Amazon, as you can see. You can just get it, click away, and that's the Kindle, is it? But excuse me. And they have got that's the Kindle one. Oh, anyway. So yeah, and fantastic. Thank you for doing that. That was a really sweet vid. What's on there? What do I watch? James, Matt there, John Levy, Talking Heads, Flat Earth. Oh, that's one of my old videos. Seek out the Catarian channel. I don't know what that is. I'm never watching that. So that was fantastic, that video. And, they say really nice things about me. You really do. It makes me all like, oh, wow, how people think about me. It's really like, wow, mind-blowing. So I'm super grateful for this anyway. Yeah. I love the way you said, about fasces. It was really good, that was. I like that moment. Like, yeah. And yeah, you can click that that was a brilliant video. It was only out last week, and I had 1,000+ comments on that. That's why I've just murdered my time, but it's been really enjoyable. And that was last Flatterday, Chicago, the Impossible City. So check that out as well. And on the Think Tank channel, there's another video you can watch 3 days ago, as I said. We had a little hangout midweek, we did. So, kind of dummy, book, your book. You look knackered. I am knackered. I'm fucking tired. I never slept hardly last night. Fucking noise and everything. Kalina Angel, I like my feather dat. Yeah, man. Put feather in my hat and called it macaroni. Okay. And if you want to contribute to FEB, PayPal link is below this, and you could donate to me, make me happy. I'm happy anyway, generally. But it made me more happy. Just need it. World 27, good to see you. Ellie May, like that name. Kevin, World of Bliss. That world he was on was resonating. I imagine, you know, where the Phoenicians come from, if it's not above the dome. I imagine their worlds to be like classical architecture, like what you see in the film Aquaman and stuff. And they just replicate it in this realm. I think this is just like, you know what, I was thinking this as well. New York. Yeah. So New York is New York, which I think is Old York. And it's named after, say, York in England. And I'm like, well, maybe they were not the first ones. Maybe all of these places are named after somewhere else out here. Yeah. Like you got New South Wales in Australia. I'm living in the old South Wales. And that's the new one. Is it really the new one with all them old buildings? You see what I mean? There could be another New South Wales somewhere else. These could be like not just doubled, tripled. And why the fuck not? Think about it. Oh, I think we're looking at different, you know, when we look like the San Francisco, we might not blacken the skies up because the sky would give it away. We're not in, you know, they're not in that place. 2 suns or something. Yeah. Thank you, Hippie Shake. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So I did make my efforts to bring Flatterday night to you. I can't believe I made it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. So I'll be back in a day or two. What's that there? New York was New Amsterdam. Well, there you are. So good they named it twice. I love it. Exactly. Scandal and the Vice. But again, that could be, again, just somewhere else. Just throwing it out there. That's been good. Thank you for your support, my friend. Thank you for keeping an eye on things. Modding. Oh, thanks to all my mods as well. Do an excellent job. Not that we get too trolled. Marcus, Glenn, Michael, Hippie Shake, Holistic again. There you are. Mo, good to see you again, Mo. And Dragon Sage, and Kelvin, and Daniel, and Denise, and JC Sun, and Jersey Bob, and Marcus Mason's here, Mr. Spy's here. Thank you. I do try to inspire. I try to do as best I can to, by example, OG. I can't even think now. My brain's gone like fucking jelly. Pushkin Castle, Alex, good to see you. And Hippie Shake, Robin Hood. And Rev, who is Shane Corning. Good to see you, Rev. Been around years, Rev. What, 6 years or something. Thuro for you. And thanks everyone who gave me supers as well. That's really glorious. That'll help end of the month. Tony Sachs. Oh, Yusuf Share. Good to see you. Where do you think we go when we die? I think it depends on your vibrational frequency on the moment of death. I think that they get us transfixed on things that'll take us to a bad realm, maybe. And if we're clear at the moment of death, the transference, I think that it would be really good. Okay. I don't get a bad feeling about anything. I do feel that we're reincarnated. Big believer in the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Or not believer, I just resonate with it and think that that's the case. Weird, isn't it? Jimbo, good to see you. OG, Isabella, good to see you, love. Jenny, as always, much love, Jenny. And Hippie Shake. And Murphy, the mutant. And Sue Holiday, one love to you as well. Kim, who's the bad? Way things are way speeding up. It's getting on my nerves. Can't get enough done. I'd like to just do, like, I'm a workaholic as it is, and I work myself into the ground, but, like, I would do more if I could. I'm that bad. Well, good. Stuart Lloyd, good to see you. John Fletcher's here as well. Flat forever, much love, Flat Earther. I will send you a book soon as. And we have the friends like Carla, is she here? No. So I promised her one as well. She's in it. Carla's in the book. There's a few people in there, friends and stuff. Jacqueline Armstrong, The Quick, Brian Tucker, At Matters, and Knox. Michelle, keep up that kung fu girl. Get them nunchucks on the bollocks. Kind of dummy. If I ever go in nunchuckers, I always smack myself in the head with them. I'm terrible with them. It doesn't work like when you go in like fucking Bruce Lee. Yeah, I go like that, boom, boom, banging my head every single time. Steve Dickinson, I guess it's practice. I'm not cut out for nunchucks anyway. It's bendy. JJ, good to see you. Sketch. And Misty World as well. And all, much love to you all. Anyway, if I missed anyone out, I do apologise. I've got to get going. My back's hurting. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, and I'm tired. Worn out. Still, it's been a really good fucking time truthing. We're actually fucking smashing it, guys. And I got the biggest red pill in the whole of literature. I mean, anywhere on earth. That's a fact. Okay. I defy anyone to find as much red pill usage in any works of literature that are not controlled. Think about it. Okay. Anyway, double flat thumbs. Okay, that's flat thumb magic. Thank you, Steve. It's the whole thing. This is what happens with community and friends. Yeah, fam. It's just like this is magic because it is magic. It's just better. It's FEB magic, isn't it? Anyway, I'll be back in a day or two. I gotta go. Anyway, peace and love to you all. Be good and don't do anything I wouldn't do. I always say that.